share my screen. Wait for it to come up. Did it come up yet? I shared it. Let's try it again. Give me a second. Do you see it on the screen? Do you see Infodici on the screen?
Yeah, you there?
No. You see him on the screen?
Yes, sir, Reggie. We see it. You good?
Okay, wonderful. So let me just play it. Okay. Here it goes right here. See if I can play it. Good. Great. Give it some time to play. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me play it from the beginning. Okay. All right. It's not playing well there, so I'm gonna reshare it. I'm gonna bring it back up because it's not sharing. It's not showing well.
While you're doing that, if I can speak for a moment to Infodici. So I flew out to New York to speak. I wanted to speak about Infodici while you were pulling up the video again. So I did fly out to New York to 125th Street, and I recorded Infodici, and he did speak on the nature of this debate. So I have him on record personally on my channel, Shooting Forever. And what I recorded him speaking about was the story of Astasar and Harut, right? So the debate topic is, were they literal? And the video that I recorded was specifically on that topic. And at that point, if I was able to bring up my video that I recorded him, I recorded him and Tepi Jabari Azazi and Baba Haru Ankraj Sepata. I recorded them all on the same day in reference to this question. And they all just gave an in-depth answer to that question through the storytelling of Astasar Harut, which is a mythical story. So they explained what the Netra are, and then they gave their rendition of the story. And basically, they all agreed that these are principles, these are powers, these are not physical entities. So I don't know if your take on it is in a different context, but the person that you're about to play, I can definitely play a video where he directly says that these are laws of nature or principles.
Mm-hmm.
Are they real? No, I was asking the brother the question in regards to the netter pole, in regards to the wind. Would that be a depiction of a real force?
Words are slippery. You're saying real.
Literal.
Literal.
Free of metaphor. The actual wind, right? So when we look at the vertical stroke, does that mean that actual thing?
When we're looking at, you're talking about the flag, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Does it represent the unseen?
Yes. You can't really take out the context, because the context is that it's unseen. That's the whole point of the wind, right?
Is the wind literal?
You already answered. You answered the question.
No, I want you to answer that. Is the wind literal? Yes or no?
Is wind literal?
Yes.
Take the word the.
Yes.
Take the word the out, because what happens is it becomes conflated.
So no definite article. Okay.
Is wind literal? Wind is literal.
Okay.
Is water literal? Water is literal. Is fire literal?
So the netter pole represents the unseen literal force, correct?
That's a philosophy. I've heard that philosophy.
Is that in the Egyptian? Nope.
That is in the Semitic philosophy, yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay then. There go your answer.
So,
You don't got to butt your ass and play with that.
but here's the thing: there's nuance. There is nuance. If you
Is that
guys
You know the
follow,
Harwin? Is that Harwin talking? Is that you talking, Harwin?
absolutely.
All right, yo, you got it all cleaned up. You good? We gonna call each other by our names, or what we doing? Just checking.
I'm all good.
Yeah, they was having a great conversation.
Nah, you all good with what? All good with what?
Let's get
We
back
all
to,
good.
to who he
They was
was.
having
To
a
who
great
he was
conversation
answering.
till
I'm
you
not
started
getting
talking.
back to nothing. I'm talking to Harwin. I gotta straighten it
I'm
out.
talking.
I'm like one of them gentlemen that when you pop up, we gotta get it straight. So we straight, Harwin? We ain't disrespecting each other names, yo.
Fam, I never disrespected you. You disrespected me. So
I ain't
if you don't
disrespect
like,
you. I ain't disrespect you. I
yes,
told
you
the
did.
truth about you. Well, how I disrespect you?
How did we get off the actual information
Nigga,
so
let me
Unc could
get let
cry
me
about this
actually get you
nonsense?
out of here. Actually, see now you gone for jumping in it between two men. Yeah, what'd you say, Harwin?
Listen, if you can't take it, don't dish it. Huh?
I can take it, but I'm saying you call me Unc.
So
I'm
if you
cool
can't,
with that. I'm
if
cool with
you
that.
listen,
But I'm
Unc,
cool with that.
whatever your name, like fam,
I'm
that's
cool with
your show
Unc. I
name.
said I'm
If you
cool
say
with
your
Unc.
name
No,
is
I'm cool with
disrespect,
Unc.
then
I
you
said
say
I'm
it's
cool with
disrespect.
Unc, bro. All right, let's keep going.
How could
But hey,
it be disrespect? You
all
disrespect
right,
me on here, but I don't get in my feelings
I don't disrespect you.
because I
I'm
know
saying,
it wouldn't happen in person. But
yeah,
this is the internet.
so we back on in person now. I
No,
said
I'm
no.
saying it wouldn't.
So you don't think I would say I don't you don't think I would call you a pseudo in person, yo? That's not fighting words at
No,
all.
I'm not talking about pseudo. No,
Oh,
that wasn't even a topic of contention.
okay.
If
All
you feel
right.
I'm a pseudo, you can't prove that. You don't know nothing about the Egyptian text, so you can say whatever you want to say.
We can find out if you had that debate and start running from stop running. See what I'm saying? You got
Harvard
some.
don't run for nobody.
All right, I'm gonna find out, Harvey. Watch this.
That's called
Everybody
choosing
heard it.
lies. So
All
when
right,
you lie, that's the
that's cool.
disrespect.
Nah, that ain't see. So that's my disrespect. That you actually running from a debate,
I
man.
never ran for no debate.
Man.
Sonetta said he refused to get it in writing. Same thing Reggie asked for. I ain't asked for nothing no different than Reggie asked for.
Okay, all right. Let's go ahead, Reggie. You ready for the video?
Yeah, I'm
All of
gonna
that.
try again. Otherwise, I have to go with where there's more bandwidth. But let me I think
How
let me
about
just
just
try to
going to
share
a
it one
video
more
that you
time.
already played? Why not just go to a video that you already played it on? That way you ain't got to worry about it. You already played on a couple videos, you
No,
remember, right?
not this one. Mm.
Yeah, we
No,
seen this one. We
my
seen this one.
no, you didn't see this. You never
Oh,
seen
that's
this.
the new one.
I
I
never
thought
showed
we
it. I never showed it.
Reggie Tahuti got a video.
Okay,
He can
so
get
let's see.
we're gonna get Tahuti video.
Okay.
Oh,
Can you hear it? Wait 1 second.
I can hear you.
Can you hear it?
You ain't put it. Hold on, let me put it up for you. All right, I'm gonna put it up. All right, go ahead, Reggie. You ain't playing. All right.
As a
There you
teacher,
go.
you watch a lot of people throughout the ages. As we're learning, people do make mistakes. Right. But if you was to evaluate my work on Nile Valley, roughly, how would you rate it? Now, there are people in your classes that are direct, but for someone outside of your class, right? How would you rate Brother Reggie? Generally.
From the conversations I've had, Brother Reggie, your concept is within the cultural paradigm because we've talked about translations of the real Madhu Neche, and we've come to similar conclusions. And so I think you have a good understanding. You're not a Kemetic priest, high priest, but I think you have a good understanding of the Nile Valley culture because I know you know the language. And we've talked back and forth about what the language is saying, not what somebody said the language said, but we've talked back and forth. This is what the language is saying. This is like our ancestors talking directly to us. And so from that perspective, I don't think you're putting your own twist to it. I think you're trying to translate literally, actually what they are saying.
And we've done difficult texts, for example, the famine stellar, which you and your students actually went and translated the whole
thing. The whole thing. Yes.
Because it was so important.
Right. And it was different from what the Europeans, who say they speak hieroglyphics, translated it.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there.
Oh, the Infidisi, Jehudi Mas.
I'm going to stop. One second. Sorry. I don't know why it keeps popping on. Okay, so the reason why I played that, can you hear me? No?
Yeah, you. You loud and clear.
Okay, great. And so the reason why I played that is because the elders recognize what I am saying. They're very aware of what is going on in this debate. So I don't know, Tahuti, if you asked him the time that you asked him was when Baba Haru Samaj Sheikh Patel was alive and breathing and alive. That you asked him in terms of this debate specifically. But what you won't get from Infidisi is you won't get the same thing if you asked him about your Himnecha Tepi. You won't get the same thing. You won't get the same thinking talk about the Medu Necher and about the text and about the concepts. He would say probably that he got that from his teacher. But Infidisi is somebody who writes and reads the Medu Necher very well. So my concepts are very clear. And not only Infidisi, but Dr. Ricchetti, Baba Banachi, others are very aware of this debate. And you'll find out. So get your tickets, right? My concepts are clear. He just said it. They're in the context of the paradigm in which we work in. So don't be shocked, right? Don't be shocked at all when you find out that it's not Reggie just the outsider. It's the person in the high priest of your shine, and he's not going to have any defense because his elder's not here to talk. So he's by himself. Now, my issue is, does the netchers that are not literal, do they have colors of the day, like from Monday through Sunday? Do they have colors of the day? And if you can show me any of that in the text, right? If they don't have color, that's what he teaches. That's part of your training, that they have colors of the day. Amin has a color, Tahuti has a color, whatever netters that they pick, they all have colors. I would like to see that in the text. I don't see that in the text. And then all the colors, how can I say, or the colors that they have, I don't know. I think that's a blending metaphysics and other stuff into Nile Valley if we don't see it in the text. So what's your, and I could pull up the webpage of the thing that you signed up on. And I'm just saying that when someone uses the word non-literal to describe African culture, that person is no better than the early Christian who was calling us pagans, because we didn't believe in anything. We believed in forces. And if you could show me one text that shows that that the netchers are forces, please do that. Please show me one text that we can read and it says that the netchers are forces directly from the text. Not your interpretation, But you can give your interpretation. Just pull up the text. So, Tahuti, it's on you now.
Okay. All right. Thanks for giving me the time to respond here. So you played a video from Infodici, and it said that we got to keep things in context. And I'm 100% in agreement. I don't know if that works in your favor or against you, because I don't know during this debate if you're going to actually keep things in context. But I do agree with the fact that we should. It will be disingenuous to take things out of context. So the video that you played of Infodici, I'm glad that you played that, and I really do hope that you do keep the concept of the debate in your mind while you're actually refuting or making your case, right, and not taking it outside of the context of what the debate should actually be, which is not a debate on terminology, but a debate on actual philosophy or ideology, not just terminology. But again, if I could have queued up a video, the person that you just played would have directly said, because the question was asked to him very directly about the nature of the Necharu, and he gives a complete lecture on the nature of the Necharu. And he is not standing there. And here's the thing, the word real, the word literal, these are convoluted terms. So we can go out of context in one area and still use the same term. So realistically, we needed to refine the concept. What is the philosophy or ideology we really speaking about? Because something can be not literal, something could be literal and be real or not real. These are really convoluted terms in English, right? But to answer your question, the last question you asked, as far as can I pull up the Necha or some kind of a text? Now, I know Jabari pulled up the text in one of the conversations you had with him last week in reference to some of the elders, what they say about the Necharu, but you're talking about the colors. Let me touch on that, because I'm not in disagreement. And the thing is I'm not here to challenge Brother Reggie. That's not my position to challenge him.
Why not? Why not? Sound like you saying you're not everything you say sound very challenging.
I don't mind how it sounds. I'm gonna be genuine. I respect Brother Reggie. Brother Reggie is a scholar. Okay, that's the bottom line. He's a scholar. I am a student. Okay, he's a scholar. It would be foolish of me to come on here and debate Brother Reggie, what I look like. Okay, he knows way more about the culture than I know. Okay, so I'm not gonna be, you're not gonna blindside me and run me into a wall.
And I'm not trying to. Hey, Tahuti, I'm not trying to. Tahuti, I'm not trying to. I respect you. Seem to be a very good. It sounds like you're a very good, genuine brother. It's just that I'm debating your teacher, and I'm debating your teacher.
No, it's not a teacher. It's a hep steppy steppy. Remember,
Reggie? You don't know.
Yeah, you done messed up.
I'm the Hemnatatepi, the high priest. He's the high priest. I'm debating the high priest, and then so Tahuti, whatever you say, I can respect. But you did hear, Infodici would not have said that about me if he didn't know me for close to 39 years, right? 39 years. I've known Infodici. I took the Metanetic class before him, maybe 6 months before him, and then he came on and he continued to the master level. I only took the beginners level, but I kept in contact with the work and the teacher, right? So Infodici is the when it comes to our community or the spiritual community, Infodici is the top. He's one of the tops right now. There's Dr. Ricchetti, who when she wants to speak about that, but she's very reclusive. She will, and then outside of her is Infedici. Baba Bonacci is a Meta Nature scholar. Dr. Beatty knows the culture very well, but I don't know if he's a practitioner. But I do know that Infedici is the top practitioner, the top practitioner.
Right.
Right now.
So I did want to address something that you said in reference to the colors of the day. So, and you also mentioned not giving credit to some of the elders. I don't experience that in my experiences. You know, being part of the Kemetic tradition, we constantly give credit, adoration. We pay homage to the elders live and the ones that's made their transitions. So I couldn't back you when you said that it was stolen and we wasn't giving credit because, you know, we learn about these elders through the Kemetic practice. And then the other thing, we were talking about some renditions of what Baba Huru Amprad Samad Fatah created. So when we're using the ancestral information, we look up the primary sources. Sometimes there are things created today that you're not going to find a primary source for, but it's based on the culture itself as a whole. And I respect the fact that Baba Haru created things today. You have to think the Kemetic culture is a culture of creators. So if we stop creating and only look to the past and never created anything new, then we'll be disingenuous. We couldn't consider ourselves Kemetic practitioners if we stop creating. The whole point of Kemet and understanding where we come from is so we can build on top of it. So it's not a negative thing if we're creating new things. That's just giving more homage and honor to Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, you know, building on his infrastructure, the things that he built, his foundation, and moving forward. Dr. Ben, this is one of the, I just want to bring this up. One of the things that really broke my heart, and one of the things I really love you for, Brother Reggie, is a video that Dr. Ben put out when he went to the Nation of Islam to give away his books. And he gave a speech, and I hear his message in his speech. He wasn't 100% direct in what he was speaking. He was telling a story that had a greater philosophy. He was telling us where he came from, where his mother came from, where his father came from. And he landed on the fact that he doesn't have a place to put his books. So he gave it to the nation. And I really wish he would have given you, particularly you as an individual, his library, right? Because it would have stayed within. So here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. I can't say it's staying within a culture because there's a dichotomy. There's a dichotomy from practitioners and non-practitioners. But I still consider Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen my primary elder, being that he was the one that introduced me to the knowledge. Before I knew anything about any practitioner, didn't know anything about practitioners. I knew Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen. I never heard, he mentioned the word Kemet, and I read his book, and I created my YouTube channel called Tahuti Forever. That's what the name, that's why my name is Tahuti Forever, is because of Dr. Ben. I thought the knowledge was lost. I thought the knowledge was gone, and I was the only person that found Dr. Ben. So I said, we need to keep this alive. So giving homage, I named myself Information, Knowledge, Eternally. Bring it back forever. That's what the name.
I respect that. I respect that. I just want to shorten it so that Ankh can move on. And I appreciate that you respect Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen. I really do. Dr. Ben did not give his library to the Nation of Islam. He pledged, but he also reneged. The Nation of Islam does not have Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen's books. They're still in his apartment, and his family lives there with the material. Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen's books is if you ever went to his library, which I have, sat with him and talked with him there. His library is 60%, roughly 55 to 60% European, of some of the great European scholars, Fraser's The Golden Owl, Leakey's work. He has a whole section on science, right? He has a whole section on European Egyptologists. He has no section on Kemetic practitioners. What he does have is a section on masonry, right? So Dr. Ben always taught us this is what the ancient people of Tameri used that a lot, and Kemet taught, right? And he said these were their gods, right? So the Shrine of Ptah gave him an Ankh. They make a big deal about giving him an Ankh, right? As if that makes them better or greater than who Dr. Ben was because they gave him an Ankh. You could barely find that Ankh is around a whole bunch of other pieces that Dr. Ben has as for certificates, but that's not Dr. Yosef Ben Jochanan. Giving him an Ankh means jack nothing. It means jack nothing. It was a ceremony that they did where they gave out where Baba Heru Samaj with his craftsmanship blessed esteemed elders. But those symbols did not make the person. The person was already made. So now I'm gonna share my screen with that, right? And Brother Tahuti, I do respect you. And I'm not here to I'm not here to diminish anything, but I will tell you the truth. I certainly will tell you the truth. So this is let me see, this is the Shrine of Ptah, right? This is about the shrine, right?
You're not
meditation,
sharing.
study, practice, ritual, fasting, prayer, public discourse.
Think you're sharing something?
Right? Where's the shrine?
Reggie, you're not trying to.
No, I'm not. You have to share it.
I don't see it. Hey,
yeah, I was trying to share the shrine.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I'm gonna reshare it.
All right. Hey, Tahuti, how the ventilation thing going, man?
Okay, no, it's fine. It's my internet.
It's going fantastic. We got the downloadables to our phones. Everybody's in the Melanation family got the app downloaded to their phone, but we're in a testing phase, and we're going to expand it until September 2027. It'll launch live.
Okay. Well, I thought I was supposed to do some kind of somewhere. I don't see it, Reggie. I'm still looking for it, brother. You tried to share it.
Okay, I'm gonna share it again.
Yeah, I'm seeing the share, but I ain't popping up.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it and reshare it. Share screen. And Tahuti, while I'm sharing the screen, did you take any Meta-Nature courses?
No, I'm gonna say no. I did, but I didn't stay together too long. So
what in the world happened? Y'all Egyptians on here can't speak, can't read what you praying to. What the hell is going down?
I know the primitives. I know how it's structured. I know the structure, but I don't know most of the language, so I couldn't read it.
Bro, I'm playing. That nobody really read.
You don't do the Walter Williams on me, Ankh. Please don't do that. All right. So is it sharing?
Oh yeah. Walter said it ain't been deciphered and told the whole history of Egypt. All right. Yeah, Reggie's not working. What kind of computer?
Yeah. Can you?
I'm trying.
Yeah, it should be. It says.
All right. Let me see.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Doing everything.
Look for it again.
There, I see it.
Okay, let me just look here. So what you can't pull it up?
All right, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, look, it's spinning. It's a spinning wheel. Look, ain't got no bandwidth. Like you see, it's spinning, right?
It's
spinning. Look, it ain't up.
okay. So I'm gonna go to another computer.
Yeah, go to another computer. I can talk to the hood.
It's okay. I'm gonna go to another computer. All right. So I'm gonna log out of this. Go to another computer. Tahuti, don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. All right.
We're gonna talk about melanation.
Get out of here.
Oh yes, yes, sir.
I thought I was supposed to do something. What happened?
I need you to come on. I need you to come on Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
And talk about what?
Here's the thing. The concept behind melanation is basically the upliftment of melanated people based on the atrocities that's happened to us, systematic racism, and basically just oppression. Anyone who's been oppressed based on having melanin in their skin. So the context of our conversation is the upliftment, tools, ideologies, concepts that will help us get out of the situation that we're in, because we're investing in it. We're putting the dollars where they belong. So if you have ideas that we can expand on, we're looking for those ideas so we can unify our community and give our community the best tools that we can give them so that we can move together in unison.
Mm. You know, all humans got melanin, though. All humans.
Hey,
If I ask this brother a question real quick.
Yo,
yes.
I wanted to ask him.
You got me myself. He been wanting to holler at you. He right there on the panel. He been hollering at you. And he finally hopped up.
He at the bottom. He at the bottom.
Nah, I don't want to talk to him, man. He's spooked out. I can't do it.
You scared to death to talk to me for some reason.
All right.
No, man, I appreciate you, though, brother.
Hey, yo, it's Omar. I wanted to ask Jabari. Salaki, brother. Salaki.
You just gonna tell him to cut me off because you're scared of what I gotta say, huh?
Is that the gangster? You saying I'm scared that you gonna let me talk?
You didn't say you don't want to let me speak. I've been here. You let me on.
I didn't say that. I'm saying, so you think you threatening me with being scared to talk to you?
I'm asking you a question.
Bring Negroes out and talk to you.
Am I allowed to speak? Yeah, but
you spooked out though. So you ain't no competition for me.
So why not let me speak then? If I'm not gonna make no sense.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna let you speak. You're right, because you don't make no sense. You spooked out. I'm tired of spooked out characters right now. I'd rather talk to a positive individual like my man. Tahuti.
Your Ankh, I wanted to ask the brother Tahuti a quick question.
What is that? I know. What is that? No, hold on, Tahuti. That might be you. Yeah, stay muted for a minute. No.
I'll mute out. I'll wait.
No, man. Goddamn. Can you hear? Come on, bro. Come on, man. I said it was Tahuti. Mike was making noise. Omar, come on, bro. Listen up. Go ahead, Omar.
That's the same thing I was saying, Ankh. I just had a simple question for the brother Tahuti.
And I wasn't trying to stop you. I was talking to Tahuti, trying to mute him out because his mic is hot. That's all. Go ahead.
No sweat. So, simple question. Brother Reggie asked you, Tahuti, a simple question, and your answer was no. So, since your answer was no to that question, I got a question for you. So, since you covet, you love, and you're a member of the actual Shrine of Ma'at, taught by Jabari Osaze, how come you haven't dedicated and spent ample time to learn, to speak, and decipher Metanetia since you love it so much?
That's his business.
That was a very presumptuous question. How do you know what I love?
You just said that you was a member of the Shrine of Ma'at. So right. you have to take an interest and you have to have a loving for it. You remember, you do the same rituals, chants, prayers, offerings as Jabari Osaze. So I think what I said was sufficient enough. You take an interest to it. You remember. I'm not sure if your membership is free or if you pay for it, but this is something that you dedicate yourself to. So how come if you love it, you covenant, you respect it, you study it, you remember, how come you haven't dedicated ample time to learn, to decipher, speak, and read Metanetia? I'll mute out for your answer.
All right. So my answer is this. You don't know what it means to be a member. You're making some assumptions, and then you're asking me, and it'd be more ingenuous if you were to ask me on a personal level instead of trying to tie it to something else, because you don't know anything about that area. You have no clue because you're not a practitioner, you're not a member, so you don't know anything about what goes into it. But if you were to ask me on a personal level, tie in and
brother, can you please just be direct and answer my question, please?
Please, your question is loaded, is what I'm telling you.
It's not loaded.
Ask me why I haven't.
It's
okay, Omar.
No,
Omar, maybe I can ask a question. The same question you asked in a different way, because he not answering the question. Brother Tahuti, can you hear me, brother?
I can.
Is it not a fact that all Hemneter in ancient Egypt had to read and write the hieroglyphics? Yes or no?
Yes.
So how can Jabari be a Hemneti temper if he said he's trying to reconstruct the culture, and he's been studying the culture for over 30 years, just as long as I've been born, as he said? How is it possible that he don't read and write them?
He never
but
said
calls
that
himself Hemneter.
He said he's not as fluent as other people, but he does.
That's not my question. That's not my question.
That's a loaded question again. That's another loaded question. It's a false question. He does. It's not that he's illiterate. He's just not proficient as he would like to be. So you got to ask more direct questions. The other brother over here is trying to ask me a personal question, but tie it into something because he thinks.
When this brother Omar from Chicago, this guy is like talking to a brick wall. He just doesn't want to answer questions.
This is
simple. This is simple. No. Hold on, Reggie.
We have an opportunity to talk.
I didn't know that. Talaki, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But no, I don't want to run it. Listen. Real quick. I want to use myself in this example. No, listen, Reggie. Reggie and Harlan. I'll be quick. I want to use myself.
Umar, you're not gonna talk us to death neither, though, yo. It's like you got.
I'm not. Yo, I'll be quick. I will. I promise to be quick.
30, 40 times. Then you gonna say, "I got time." Is another 30, 40 times. Man, you run out using words to express what the idea you trying to get out, yo.
Okay, I'll be quick. I'll be quick. Hold on, Reggie. I'm gonna use myself as an example. People is in the chat saying, "Brother Omar, can you speak Hebrew?" And here's see what the other brother did. He ran. I'm gonna answer. Can Brother Omar speak Hebrew? Very lightly. Listen. I am a novice. Now, the reason I am a novice is because my particular expertise is scripture. Now, why haven't Brother Omar dedicated himself to studying and learning the Hebrew? I got a family I got to take care of, and my time is very limited. So what I try to do is direct my areas of study, which are more important and have a more definite position over others. So my expertise is scripture. I'm trying to study Hebrew, but my time is very limited. So I'm a novice at that.
Omar, you got time. Omar, you be on here every day.
It's easier to answer that question, and I'm done. And guess what? And I'm done.
Omar, you on here every day. You got time to study some Hebrew. Say you don't want to.
Okay, wait. This is Brother Reggie. I'm the person that's having the debate, and I so appreciate your interest. I'm here to answer a question, right? Or ask a question to my good brother Tahuti, right? Now, Tahuti is somebody, I've spoken to him twice. We've never had a bad conversation. And I know where he is, right? So I'm going to add this to the stage. This is the Shrine of Ma'at's page, right? And this is what they teach. The basic tenets of the shrine include meditation, study, practice, ritual, fasting, prayer, public discourse. So with Brother Tahuti, we're having public discourse. the prayer, the fasting, the ritual, the practice, the study, the meditation, right? To find that in the text, in some of the shows after the debate, we're going to look for these things, right? But these are the Kemetic principles. Okay, fine. Something that is not literal, according to, so we're not going to go into this. The 42 declarations of Ma'at, it's not literal, so we're not going to go into that. But what we are going to go into it, we're going to read this statement right here. Adherents of Kemetic spirituality that are in the lineage of Shranapata, look at the words, adherents of, so your hymns, your servants of the Kemetic spirituality that are in the lineage of the Shranapata, because there are other lineages, have adopted the colors of the day as developed by our elder, Baba Heru Ankh Ra Samaj Se Pata, right? We encourage all Kemetic houses to practice this tradition that Baba Heru created so that we may be more visible and recognizable in various communities. Okay. It also allows practitioners to focus and meditate on specific energies that will empower them through the week. Sunday, is connected to Ra. Show me that in the text. I don't even know if they had orange in the time period in the Nile Valley. Blue and white, a set, right? Tuesday, Herkuti, Herukuti. So I think it's Ra Harati, but it's Herukuti. But I'm pretty sure it's Ra Harati. Wednesday, the color is red and white. Wednesday, yellow and white. Jehudi, yellow and white, Jehudi. Show me that in the text. Thursday, purple and white, Ptah. Friday, green and white, Asar, Het Heru, Hathor. Resurrection and fertility. Saturday, red and black or indigo, Set. So, yes, this is an innovation. And he says it here. Wear these colors throughout the week so that y'all can be, so that this orientation could be more visible, right? Because so that you're part of the house or the thinking of Baba Heru. This is for Gazy. This, I don't care where, who, what, when. Show it to me in text. Don't call it Kemetic. Just call it what it is. Show it to me in text, right? I'm not trying to hear about that. But if you can spend your time dressing, that's a problem, right? To me. Now, I'm not doing this to you, Tahuti. I'm just saying that this is what I am against. This type of innovation to our people, acting as if it's really connected to these netchers with no textual support is a problem. But this is all literal. All of this is literal. You're literally doing it. It's literal. Orange and white to rock. It's literal. But this is not literal. That's divine mythology, divine allegory. Right? Central to all of this, almost every person in here is a netcher.
Brother Reggie, in that specific text, it never says that that's a divine allegory. It says it's when ma'ah in that text.
Good brother, I agree. So, you do know that I agree. This meditation, study, practice, ritual, these are 7 Kemetic principles. Show it to me in the text. Now, at the same time, this is going on. How much is he charging for this stuff? How much he's charging for this stuff? Okay, trying the initiation.
How much you paid Tahuti?
No, we're gonna go. Tahuti, he may have been gifted, right?
Okay, right.
Okay, 14 weeks. For 14 weeks. For 14 weeks. 14 weeks, a package, right? Spiritual initiation. Huh? The hidden meaning of Kemetic myth? You can only know that by the Meta-Netia. Meditation and prayer? Okay. Sacred ritual? You can only know that by the Meta-Netia. Poses of power? You're going to spend your time learning poses of power? The Kemetic diet and fasting? Right? The Kemetic attire? You're going to, 14 weeks, they're going to charge people to teach them about Kemetic attire and then invoking the Neteru? What? The Neteru are not literal. They're not real. They're not actual. Why invoke something that's not real? I mean, that's real, but not actual and not literal. But they're forces. Oh, for $600. Okay, so that's my problem. My problem is, yes, they could charge $60, but it's $600. It sounds like a business to me. It sounds a business to me rather than giving people real information.
If I can respond before I forget some of the topics that you brought up.
Yes.
Okay. So first one, you're talking about the colors of the day. That is one of the reasons. Well, the spirit of that question is one of the reasons why I had to challenge you when you said that we stole something and we didn't give credit. So it's very important that we do honor our ancestors, give credit to where credit is due, and make the distinction between when something is ancestral or when something is being innovated. So the distinction is there, it's clear. And for me, this is the whole reason why I asked you the question, the difference between practitioners and non-practitioners. For me, as long as that distinction is being clear, are we talking about our elders? Are we talking about the ancestors? Or are we making an innovation? If you clearly are showing you're making an innovation, and then you have the reason behind the innovation, you're not fooling anyone. You're not cheating anyone out of anything. We have the understanding of how it came about, right? So I don't have a problem with that. And the thing is I don't understand what the problem would be. I don't understand the problem at all, why you would bring it up if it's clearly shown that this is a new created thing by this particular person for this particular reason.
So why do you wear yellow on Wednesday, Tahuti? That's your day.
Just let me know when I can speak.
I want you to answer that, Tahuti. Why do you wear yellow on Wednesday?
So here's the thing. I was addressing brother
I know,
Reggie.
but I had a particular question I want you to answer if you could, possibly.
That was fundamental. It's a fundamental question to this conversation that we're having,
Okay.
and you're making a slighter, less important question.
Well, no, it actually, because yellow represents wisdom. So I'm being on point. I just wanted to ask you why that's your day. Your name is Tahuti. Wednesday is yellow day. Why do you wear yellow?
Let's wait for the question that's being posed right now to be answered.
You don't want to answer? Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
because
I'm
wisdom
listening.
is something you can literally have or not have.
That's why you don't want to answer it.
Yeah, I know. But hey,
let me get back on track. Brother Reggie, I was directly talking to Brother Reggie, and someone interrupted me. I guess they think they have a phone.
And I am listening.
But what I'm saying is, what is the problem if it's being very clear that this is an innovation and it's not something you're going to find? It's very clear, right? So the question I posed to you was the difference between practitioners and non-practitioners, and you brought up like three things I would like to address. One of them was if you go online and you can see the direct lineage and the purpose behind it, where's the problem?
Oh, the answer to your question is, no matter what it says, it has nothing to do with Kemet. So take Kemet out your mouth, not
That's
you. But take Kemet out of the mouth. You said it does?
Yes.
Okay, so show me the color. Let's just deal with the color red. In our valley, what do we know about the color of red?
So what I want to do is explain to you why I interjected and I disagreed with you. The reason why it does have something to do with Kemet.
Gold Coast. We're moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not moving the goalpost. I'm being direct.
Kemet.
What I'm saying is, what it has to do with Kemet is that we are Kemetic practitioners and we're moving the culture forward. So we don't have to have everything written in writing.
Well,
Kemet was the innovator. They were innovators themselves. So if we're not allowed to continue to innovate, then what are we doing?
No, but why don't we use as a foundation first what they said before you innovate? So what it is, it has nothing to do with Kemet. Tahuti, it has nothing to do with Kemet. It has nothing to do with Kemet. It's something else using the word Kemet. It has nothing to do with Kemet.
Kemet is more than just a landmass.
The ultimate revisionist.
It's more than just a landmass. When you say it has nothing to do with Kemet, we have to understand that Kemet is not just the land and the particular people who passed away long ago. They have a culture. Their culture was innovation. So if you see something and we are feeling is innovative, we are within our culture and our rights to do so. Right?
No, but it don't work. It doesn't work. Tahuti, it doesn't work. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't exist. It's fugazi. It don't have nothing to do with the true culture. I can pull up text with the color red. You can express red in the context of war. I can express red in the context of the red crown. I can express red as the land, right? I can show you real text. What wearing red does?
Somebody's mic needs to be muted. It's a lot of distortion.
Okay. The fact of the matter is, what you're doing is making something else. Stop calling it Kemet.
In the words of Unc West, you made it up.
You actually just proved my point, Brother Reggie. The innovation that you were discussing, what you could do, and you're tying it to the text, yes, you could do that, right? You could do that based on the philosophies that you have. You can tie certain colors to the text based on your philosophy, how you would like to tie it. And I get that. And our ancestor, Babahu Rasman Sayyid Patah, also agrees with that concept. That's why he did it. So you actually are proving the point. Now, the manner that he did it in, I don't know the exact particulars. I've heard a lot of the particulars, but I'm not going to be able to recall the exact particulars for the different colors.
But I argue with Baba Haru Samad. I argue with him personally.
Yes.
I argue with him personally, right? So this you're talking to somebody who actually said, where does this come from? And right. I wasn't buying it then, and I'm not buying it now from the second generation. But if I want to deal with the color red in Kemet, I would go to the text. On the screen is the text. Any of these words, I can go and find out. I can look at the text. For example, red is blood. Red is the red crown, right? Now, I'm going to look for red and Tahuti or something like that. Red, eye of Horus, right?
We didn't see red yet.
Right? I'm saying what he did it without reading the text. Body of the ground, red crown, right? Great one, spiral at the front of the red crown. Red crown, which is above the valley. Red hot, gate in the netherworld, right? I'm gonna go on till it ends, right? A red animal with red coloring, red ochre, bright red, right? I'm waiting for Tahuti to pop up.
We don't see Tahuti.
I'm waiting for any of the next to pop up.
But Reggie, he wouldn't know that because he don't read Meta Netter, so he don't know.
No, but I'm not beating him up.
Okay.
I'm just saying I disagree with the doctrine. Right? I don't disagree with my brother Tahuti.
Them Netter's supposed to be able to read it.
I disagree with the teachers. I'm saying this for Gazy. I'm saying that this is for Gazy. And you can't be bringing this to our people and saying this is what the people of Kemet did. That's for Gazy. That's being dishonest, disingenuous. That's being for Gazy.
Because the text don't say that.
If I can respond, because that is not what you showed us. You're adding something that we're not claiming. That's what we call a straw man. That's a straw man argument. No one has claimed hold on. No one has claimed that they wore those colors on those days in the ancient times.
What's the claim?
That's a straw man argument.
What's the claim?
Brother Reggie is claiming that. Well, the thing is he's misunderstanding the culture.
You revisionized it.
The claim that he's making is not a claim that we wouldn't refute that claim. It's not something we're concerned about. Let me answer. Let me give my direct answer. I remember seeing a picture of an African man pointing to the stars, and the caption was something like, "I pointed my finger to the stars, and all you saw was my finger." That's the situation and the argument that's happening here. We're not focusing on the actual culture. We're focusing on primary evidence. The ancient Kemetic people wasn't focusing on primary evidence. Well, what does it say in the Medu Neter? The ancient primary people was not focused on primary evidence. We moved the idea. We're not in the right context.
Stop.
The context is
Tahuti. The ancients were definitely respecting primary evidence. They respected what their ancestors left. They respected nature, right? They dealt with primary evidence because other cultures came into the Nile Valley and they respected those. They talk about Punt, right? They talk about the Rakit that's there. They talk about the
Denid.
The
Denid.
The Nahesi. They respected, so they did look at primary evidence and they knew what was older than their own. Me and Unc did a presentation, I wish I could have found it years ago, where when the people from the Nile Valley left and went into the Nahesh groups and they found Jebel Barco, they said, "Oh shoot, this is where Amun lives, in Jebel Barco," right? And it's
a fact. That's a fact.
Right? And it's a
yeah, they thought he lived in there, yo. He thought they thought he lived there. They thought he was actually his divineness was definitely there, yo, because the shape, it got him.
Wow, look at Unc telling the truth.
Yeah, the shape got him.
But the Houthi can't read the text, so he just got to go by what Jabari telling him.
But Jabari
we can figure that out.
The Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Okay,
you don't got to read to figure out how human behavior is, though. Y'all gonna stop overdoing that read Egyptian. The thing is,
but he's called a hemneter in Egypt. Jabari said he
reconstructed. You need to know something. You need to know something.
Y'all can't holler no in the middle of me damn talking. It's a tactic. It's a rude tactic.
You do it all the time.
Brother,
So it was okay for Sal-Lana to ask me to read it in front of everybody, but it's not okay to ask Jabari?
Hey, Brother Lau, you got the Jabari hand up. Jabari hand. Go ahead, Lau. Go ahead, Brother Lau.
I see that Omar jumped off.
Cut me off today. Go ahead.
I see that the brother Omar jumped off. But the reason for me to jump on is he asked his brother about in regards to reading the Middle Network.
Omar back.
It seemed like the potter can call the kettle black. With the Hebrews, I mean, to be quite frank and to be honest, transparent, no Christian, no Jew, not even a Muslim should be even interjecting into this conversation.
That's right.
Jabari, as well as Reggie.
Yeah.
And to make a comparison or to try to do a gotcha moment and asking somebody that actually can read the text when you yourself can't even read or write Hebrew, it's asinine and it's stupid.
I thought it was too. since they all believe. That's why I say it's a great place for atheists to step in.
Your Ankh, when you
don't you
your
cut
Ankh,
me off, man.
Y'all just
no,
commenting. Y'all can't do either.
Y'all cut me off.
No, Ankh. I just wanted to ask
That was
whenever you
Brother
done, Ankh, can I respond to La?
No,
I'll mute
Listen,
back out. Whenever
the
you
only
done,
reason I didn't like the question was the way he asked the question. He was asking the question and tying it into something he didn't need to tie it into. So I rather him ask me that question direct, and so instead of trying to tie it into all this other stuff. You say, why don't I read the Meta Nature? I would have just answered. But if you say, well, if this and this and this and that and all that, like life doesn't happen and it doesn't take investment in order to learn these things, then I would have just answered this question directly. But he wanted to tie it into all these other things and move it up. Go ahead.
Help you out. Let me tell you something about African Americans, yo, and their spirituality. Take it from a real black atheist, yo. They can definitely see the twig and everybody else's eye, but can't see the log in their own eye. These niggas ain't reading Greek, they ain't reading ancient Hebrew, they ain't reading none of that. Brother Lyle reads some Arabic. Hopefully, I hope he do. But that don't give them a real advantage, yo. So if you read Meta Nature, don't give you a real advantage. You know what it's really about when it comes to those texts? It's about actually understanding. Let me finish. It's about people actually understanding the cultural context when those individuals and their time and place was making it, because all that shit in the past, bro. Let's not play this game. Muhammad ain't walking through no door. Jesus Christ ain't Oh, that's you talking to me? Nigga, you done for the day. You just died in that episode. You're done. Matter of fact, I'm gonna kick you off because you died in the episode, nigga. Nope, you don't cut me off. I'm being good. I'm making a point here. Muhammad ain't walking through them doors. Jesus Christ ain't floating across water, popping back on none of y'all. And Yahweh Elohim, we ain't seen him yet. And none of the nutcher is diving through the door to pay y'all rent. So at this point, we're all functioning off a belief system. And for y'all to get the most out of y'all belief system is to understand the cultural containers that those belief systems existed in. And in there lies the problem. The ancient Egyptian belief system, unlike Islam, Judaism, Christianity, has been dead. You know how long it's been dead? It's been dead for so damn long that it's actually dead. And it takes professionals and experts to try to retrieve it as best they can with the little bit of evidence that they do really have. See the difference? See, I can see that. But the religious amongst us, they just can't see it, bro. And you know why they can't see it? Because they religious and don't want to see it. Because it would make you say, wow, the ancient Egyptian tradition is dead. The language is dead. The religion is dead. Then how the hell is Jabari walking around Central Park, walking around the obelisk, getting hit in the head with an incense burner, acting like he do know what he know? See what I'm saying? See, that's my only dog in the fight. Why everybody playing, yo? We don't gotta play. Because I respect Jabari to the point where he said, you know what, as an African American, I've read the text they do have, and I've constructed a system based off what I think it be. And you would never hear nothing out of it. I swear you wouldn't, yo, because that's his inalienable right to do that. Where I jump in when you try to act like you doing ancient Egyptian practices. It's crazy, bro. And then when you say the ancient Africans, the damn Egyptians was the most spooked out of everybody in the ancient world. They was so spooked out, yo. They built pyramids grander than anything. Do you know how spooked out you got to be able to spend that kind of money, yo, on a building? With all that money, yo, they built high-rise apartment buildings, yo. They would have served the people. But you know what they built that for? They built it for the afterlife. So they had an extreme belief system, bro. It powered their civilization, yo. At times it was literal, at times it was not. Depending on where you at, depending on what level you at, they had all that in the game, bro. And it was very successful for 3,000 years, yo. So Reggie and Jabari, who can get the proper cultural context for the Nile Valley culture that's been dead is the one that's going to win. As long as Reggie don't get too damn complicated, yo, and go over all our heads, right? Because Reggie tends to go over our heads. As long as Reggie don't go over our heads, right, which is one of his weak points, to go over everybody's head. Weak point. Jabari's strong point is to stay right there in the sweet spot and have you saying, y'all understand? Yeah, I got you. I'm right there. Get it. That's the strong point. Can Reggie get past that? Yo, Reggie got the smoking guns. He been there longer than any of y'all, yo. This man actually sat down literally with the elders, was actually literally on stage. You know what it takes to be on stage, to open your mouth and say some words and give something before Dr. Ben pop up? Dr. Ben is an atheist, yo. He ain't trying to hit none of that spiritual stuff. See, that's what I know. He like me, knock it off. He don't want to hear that. I seen him literally kidnap Dr. Ben one time, and he's sitting there looking at him, dancing around all that. I say, I atheist, if you know, when I get real old, yo, about say 80, still talking shit. My fault. Let me stop cussing. And y'all will me in the shrine and start doing dances around me. Y'all, I'm mad right now. It's my birthday and I'm too old to say something about it, bro.
So you ain't trying to hear that.
It ain't my birthday. I'm just making a point. I'm saying, yo, like they kidnap people, right? With their spirituality. Reggie is saying, y'all gotta knock it off. Yo, see, y'all not getting it. Reggie is saying, bro, that's not ancient Egyptian, yo. That's African American Egyptian, which is dope. Let me let you know that I don't have an issue with African Americans, yo, intertwining their spirituality with their Christianity. Omar just played a beautiful video. I laughed till I cried when he played the video. But you know what that video really showed? It showed how African Americans that was enslaved and came from Africa, right, can infuse several religions. So what you're looking at, they infuse Christian beliefs with Kemetic traditions. But that's part of the thing. That's okay. That's what Africans do. They infuse different religions, yo. It's nothing wrong with that, yo. But don't act like Reggie is off his rocker and Reggie is hating. See, that's what I don't like. He's simply stating the obvious, yo. And I'm saying, y'all hear me, Real Black Atheists. I'm telling y'all, it's really not an issue for Jabari to infuse traditions together because that's what humans been doing since Homo sapiens came around, yo. To the point where you can see certain points where they infuse. You can see some of the Kemetic traditions, right? In the later monotheistic religions. You can see Zoroastrianism infused. We can see this if you really study. So the issue is not whether they're infusing or not. The issue is, do them two brothers know what the hell they talking about? The issue is y'all gonna get these damn tickets right here, bro. And see these two brothers get their thing in, because this is gonna be the best one in a long time, yo. This ain't gonna be the fake one where you know what you're doing. Hey, yo, for the people that love Egypt, and y'all love Egypt over here on this channel, y'all enjoy it. For those that like some academic scholarship, that's gonna be there too, yo. The critiques after the debate gonna be powerful. Y'all not getting this one for free, yo. Y'all not gonna be able to see this for a few years. So tune in. $40 today. Pay for that, get that, and do that. If you're in New York, get the daggone tickets and show up. So let me get back into this discussion. I just wanted to give you my atheistic view about the whole situation. That's how I see it. Brother Lau, was you trying to get in?
Yes, Uncle. What I'm going to say is this, to compound more so on what you was just explaining.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having two gentlemen that come from the school of thought of Kemet, it would be towards your best interest to be able to read the text. As two Hebrew Israelites having a conversation about the Torah, it would be towards your best advantage to read Hebrew. My purpose for jumping on is for this gentleman on the right-hand side, for Omar to jump on, to have a dialogue with this brother that's speaking about Kemetic teachings and things of that nature with another person, which is Reggie, in regards to the upcoming debate amongst Kemet. Has nothing to do with religion. But I'm appalled and I'm behooved that you would even open up your mouth to speak anything in a comparison when you don't read your original text yourself. And it goes for a lot of other Hebrews as well. It's disingenuous. You don't have that right.
Brother Law's right.
Yeah, you got him, Brother Lau.
Yo, Ankh. No. Yo, Ankh, can I respond to that?
Yes, you can, man. Just stop saying, yo, brother, can I respond? Just go ahead, man. Just go ahead.
No, man, but no, because whenever I jump in, I get muted or y'all want to kick me off. So I just want to make sure I respect that. That way I don't get booted off for some BS reason.
You know why you get booted off for what you just did just now? You keep repeating it. Oh, watch you can't even do it. Watch, I promise you.
I was finna respond to
All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Yo,
big up. I want to say, hold on. I know I cut you off. I want to say big up to Jace, man. I felt like you got slighted the other day. I felt like you had a real conversation that we could go back and forth and enjoy the moments. And I don't think you got your say in that. And that was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I felt like you had a real, like, okay, we can at least have something to fight about and educate each other about. And I just felt like your manners was excellent. You weren't cutting people off like everybody doing this panel. Everybody on this panel is cut off artists, but you wasn't that, yo. So next time, make sure I'm gonna give you a shot. Go ahead, Mr. Umar. My fault, not Umar. Omar.
No sweat, Ankh. So my words is directly towards Brother La. So Salak alaikum, brother. And also what I want to say to you, La.
Salami and bacon. Salami and bacon? What's wrong with you?
Come on, Ankh.
Did you just say salami and bacon, yo, to this man? You know he don't eat no pork, he a Muslim. Come on, Ma, you playing, yo. Say salami and bacon. What in the world?
He didn't say
brother
salami.
What did he say?
Hold on. La is finna understand what I'm finna say. And like I said, my words is directly for La. So La, salam alaikum, Aki. So listen here, Ak. Listen here, Ak. Let me tell you something. La tokam ayaya. What that mean? What that mean in Arabic? Don't judge me, brother. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, brother. You see my name up here. Now, is my knowledge in Arabic extensive like how you and Brother Morpheus is up in the language? No, it's not. But guess what? La takamayala, don't judge me. You know what that means in Arabic, and I just said it. So I will admit, as far as my Arabic, I'm at a first grade level. As far as my listen, brother, please.
Sound like you ain't saying right. It didn't sound like an Arab to me. It sound like you was like downtown somewhere.
La knows what I mean. I said, I said la takamayala. That means don't judge me in Arabic. La know what I'm saying. And to the other brothers, now to address La. Now, am I Hebrew? am I a master level in Hebrew? Brother Omar Ahmed? No. Guess what? I'm at a first grade level in my Hebrew. That don't mean that I'm not studying it, but guess what? I have to prioritize things in my life. I have a family to take care of.
Yeah.
You know, I have a 14-hour shift I gotta work. So during my spare time, what do Brother Omar spend his majority of time doing? Studying the scripture. Exactly. Studying the scripture.
Yeah,
now, come on, Ankh, please, brother. I'm almost done.
That was part of me, yo.
So brother La. Do I have ample time to truly dedicate oneself to learning the language? I don't have that time. But guess what? In little pockets, in little areas, I do try to study, and I am getting better at the Hebrew. But what level I'm on a first grade level. I'm admitting that.
You gotta wrap it up. You gotta wrap it up.
Listen,
too long. We heard you.
If you would have never cut me off, I would have been done.
No, yo, you could be learning the language right now instead of being on here for 2 hours.
15 seconds, and I'm done. And I'm done with lie. So brother La, for you to say I have no right to speak on anything comedic. Who the hell are you to tell me what I got the right to speak on? Because guess what? The same thing you did to me, you don't have a right to speak on me either, brother.
And I do.
Salam alaikum.
That's why I'm quiet.
Get up out of here, Aki, with that. Get up out of here, Aki, with
that. I am quiet, brother.
No, brother, you got murked. You got murked. You got murked.
All right.
You have no reason to speak on me, brother.
Omar, you finished. We heard you. We heard you, bro.
I'm done.
Good work. Good work.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Good work. But I say this time you've been on here for 6 hours. That's 6 hours worth of Hebrew study, learning that language, though, bro. You know that, right?
Well. Guess what? I got every right to be on here because brother Omar hit that link and I purchased my ticket for the debate for the 50 bones. So I got goddamn every right.
That ain't got nothing to do why you ain't learning Hebrew.
I purchased my ticket for 50 stones. I purchased my ticket for 50 stones. I got every right. I haven't been. Hold on. I haven't used profanity, and I've been muted out for a long time too.
You want to get muted out again? You talking to respectfully? Let me mute you out. Just because you spent $50 for a debate ticket, don't give you the right to come on the show that I'm running. What it gives you the right to do to hit that damn link to that $50 purchase and watch that damn event. That give you the right. All right. Now, you know, I appreciate you. You're a supporter. You don't just talk the talk. You walk the walk. I want everybody to know Umar, right? He walks the walk.
He support.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the truth. But that $50 don't give you the right to get on my damn nerves today. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Salaki, I apologize, but Salaki, I do apologize, but I have been muted out a long time.
And don't let that $50 stop you from learning Hebrew neither, Omar.
I'm the professional cutoff artist.
I know. Y'all didn't know I was a professional?
I already know. That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling Omar to stop apologizing.
I'm just going to go. I'm just
watch
going to
this.
go, man.
Watch this.
Wait, brother Law, don't read.
Wait.
Hey, Reggie, put the text back up.
Here get a banger.
Okay.
So,
go to the text, right?
Okay, hey, Harwin, you reading that, Harwin? You gonna read this?
Right, wait. We have Harwin here.
That'd be like the 6th time I did it, but I'm driving. What you want me to pull over or something?
Yeah, pull that damn cover. Tell everybody tell everybody you reading the Egyptian right now. You ain't got time.
I probably can read this way.
Man, it's multiple people on this panel that have seen me do it. What are you talking about?
This pretty easy.
Well, I know that Harwin could get through some of this. And
hey, bro, I bet you I know what direction to read into, and I see the word God right there. Don't play with me. I definitely see the word God right there.
This ain't do a rank compared to FM cats. See what you do when you play with me.
What you say? I don't know.
I just read the whole line at the top.
The what? The Uber? The what?
Read it again.
You playing?
Oh my God! Do a Ray. You see the man, the star with the man holding his arms up. You see that?
You reading it backwards, Warren? You reading it backwards?
Because it's showing up that way on my screen.
Nah, you reading it backwards. You supposed to read into the glyph.
Harwin read it. Stop it.
He did not. He ain't reading to the glyph. Stop it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay, so here's my point.
He read it backwards, but it's okay.
Here's my point.
Yo, you can't. Imagine Brother Lau reading the Quran backwards, yo.
Bro, it's not showing up on my screen. What are you talking about?
Oh, you shouldn't have read it backwards, yo. I can't.
Is it read backward? Do I have to mirror it?
No, I see the first word as Tati Kasaba.
Ooh, both of y'all. African American don't know what it is.
So then, you're supposed to read. So in the first, do you see my cursor?
Yeah, but the people are going the other way.
Okay, so is this the first line or it's mirrored?
That's wrong? The first line, right?
Yeah, that's the first line.
That's the Staba with the star.
Okay, so
yeah, but it's supposed to be supposed to read it from right to left, yeah.
It depends on which way the glyphs are facing.
You read it.
Right after that, it say
Ray. You read into the glyphs. You read it
the way they're facing. So that's why I say you're not at the beginning.
No, you don't read the way they face. Ho. You don't read the way they face. You read
it. Yes, you do read the way they face.
Yes, you do. What are you talking about?
No, hold on. Y'all wrong.
You tripping, you tripping. This ain't science,
Reggie, tell him, Reggie. Hey, tell him, Reggie.
Man, the first symbol is right there with the star, then it turns into with the man holding his hands up. Right after that, it's the word Ray with the Z1 glyph under the arm. What are you talking about?
So we reading it that way. That says Saba.
That's the way I read it the first time.
Yeah, Saba Ray. We see the determinative right there, and then we see the above that. We see the second F. No, that's NF.
Okay. Well, let me start here. All right. So let's do this. So what I'm saying to my good brother Tahuti, forever, which
He said he can't read it.
Which I believe that you are in a cult.
Right? What?
No.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Tony. At a certain point, you gotta get mad, yo. You gotta say the hell with the shrine. Let me cut this dude out.
Wait, because no, the reason why is because this is one of
the first hate statement.
Let me talk.
You said that man was in the cult, yo.
Yeah, cult. He's in the culture. Short for cult. Okay. The problem is,
I like that, Reg. You clean that up.
The problem is that this is probably one of the most important because this is the beginning, one of the beginning of the Runu Pert and Heru. Not in Gear. He lied. There's no in Gear. You cannot find that. They added that. So the Runu Pert and Heru of Anui, right? This is one of the most important lines that this particular Pert Heru is not the first Pert Heru. This is late 18th dynasty. This is not early 18th dynasty. So the first word, some people will say Saba, but it's actually Dua.
It's Dua. That's what I said.
Right. It's Dua. People can say they can.
I said Saba. That's my fault. I said Saba.
It's Dua, Ra, Kefet,
F,
Aket,
and my cat.
Right. And it's Abed.
For Abydos.
Abed. Well, no, it means east. And then it
we
says
see the determinator for east right there, yeah. That's
net, it says net pet.
Net pet.
Right. So we can stop right there and we can translate it. The problem is that with all of those rituals and ceremonies in that culture, right? Even though, watch this, Samaj, right? Samaj will always read this. He will always read this. He has always read this, right? But the problem is the shrines following it, right? Don't. This is important. It says what it says is praise Ra when Kefit rises in the Aket of the eastern horizon in the sky, right? Now the problem is where I said that this is a culture is that they what they do and then there's this word right here, right over here, this word on, right, on, and then it says
Osiris, Asir, yeah,
Seshu, Hatep,
Hotep, or Hotep Neter.
Yeah, honorific transposition.
Let me read the rest of that. Let me read that. In Neteru, Neb,
Nebu, because of the three strokes is plural.
Okay, Nebu, and then we see the new at the end.
We see his name.
It say Ani.
His name is not Ani. It's Anui because you see the A-N and the plural. Ooh,
the plural reading. Okay.
Anui.
Oni. And that's the end of that one. Then we see it. The second line is that the in.
No, that's the viper, bro. It say dead.
Okay, that's the viper. Okay, but I always get them too confused. Okay.
That's okay, but that's fine. So it says Jedef, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means saith he, right? And then he says Inezerek.
Tepneb.
Saith he homage, right? Homage, right? Homage to you, right? And then it says something like, who has come? Inezerek.
We see him walking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then it says, right? Then it says, who has come, right? This whole thing right here. Who has come, right?
Kepri.
M.
Kepri.
Kepri.
Right? Right? Kepri. Right?
Yep.
And then it says Kepri. And then it says M.
M.
It's Kima.
Kima.
Which
is elder Netu.
Right?
Yeah.
So King J's doing a good job. My good brother Harwood is doing a good job. The problem is the people in the shrine of what do you call it? Shrine of Ma'at.
They can't read. They can't read along with us.
That's the problem.
The problem that the priest is on here too. He not even reading with it. Like I feel like you need. That's kind of
I'm
like.
not beating him up. Wait. I'm not gonna beat up my brother.
Nah, y'all doing like that. That's like saying the whole thing for the
I could teach No, I could teach the Houthi forever how to read this.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's so insular, right? It's so insular that only the Himnetchatepi is the teacher.
Stupid, yo.
Only the teacher. But the problem is this is Nile Valley culture. The innovations is something else. And that's my problem. So if the Himnetchatepi is keeping you, it's because he can't read it. He the Metanetra dropout. And so students who are very bright, y'all got a bunch of bright people there. Y'all are stopped. You're mentally suffocated.
Huh?
If I can respond.
Whoa, stop. I want to let Jace in here. Go ahead, Jace. What's up?
No, I agree. Peace to the panel. Say that first and foremost. But I like this topic because for those who don't know, I used to be a Hebrew Israelite. And what I feel like I excommunicated myself because I started to learn the language. And I was able to translate what I was reading, and it caused a separation. So I think language is important. So if you are studying, if you're claiming to study ancient Kemetic teaching, I think it's imperative that you learn the language. You get a better understanding and you connect better with what was written. That's all I have to say.
I agree.
Let me respond since everyone is kind of directing their energy towards me, if that's possible. Okay, so remember I told you about the African man pointing at the star and the caption reading, I pointed at the star, all you saw was my finger. That's the situation that's happening here. And let me explain exactly why. I was trying to explain this earlier, but through the way the conversation went, I kind of got cut off and I never landed. I'm going to explain this. Before I learned about Kemet, before Dr. Ben reached out to me on a spiritual level, because I didn't hear about Kemet until 9 months after Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen passed on, and I found out about it by his research and his videos and different things. So that was my introduction. And Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen is not a practitioner. Okay. What I want you to understand is that the reason why I even continued along my route of learning Kemetic history, first off, I started teaching from Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen's book. Basically, I went online, showed videos. I created my YouTube channel, Tootie Forever, and because I've never heard this information before, and I thought it was lost. So I called myself to information, knowledge forever, and bringing this information back to the current state. I want you guys to understand one thing. If I can get you to understand one thing, then I've done my job. I did not have to transition my belief system when I went from not knowing Kemet to knowing Kemet. There was no belief system transition. Now, how was that possible? Because it's more than just a language. Okay, the culture is more than just a language. It's an actual ideology, philosophy, and concepts.
But you wouldn't know the culture without knowing the language, bro.
Don't cut me off. It is not just the language or the terminologies or the sounds your mouth makes. It's good. Those tones come into practice, come into play, but that's not the primary focus. When I'm pointing my finger to the star, if that's your primary focus, you're lost. You don't know what you're talking about, because that is not the purpose behind it. Okay. Now I get,
It's
learning the language.
it's the mechanism behind it, because that's the
Bro,
way that they're able
language is
to express.
one of the cornerstones
Man,
of
y'all
civilization.
let Jace go. What is the hell wrong with y'all? Y'all been talking the whole
Let him
program. Let
talk
Jace
because
get
this
in.
is great content.
No,
No,
respectfully, I haven't
No,
talked
let
until
him
I read
talk.
them
Let
clips.
him finish. This is great content because this
it's
is the
not great
solution.
content when you ain't letting Jace speak, yo. Let this man talk, yo.
I mean, I said my piece, but I was mainly directed at to, I think the brother's name was Omar. I don't know if he's an Israelite or he's a practicing Israelite, and he was explaining about him not learning Hebrew, and I can understand what he's saying because a lot of people in those Israelite communities don't speak Hebrew. How long have y'all seen? I don't mean to call him out, but Tazariak, he can't give you a sentence. You know what
My
I
point
mean? So
is,
a
the
lot of times
culture is of
it's hard for
ancestral.
people to
It's something that's
learn the
innate
language if
within
they
it.
don't have people to learn with. You got to have
My
a
point,
community to be able to learn.
my point is, what they created was based on nature.
Hey, Tahuti.
Yes,
Egyptians not your ancestors. You gotta stop that. I can't let you say that. They're not your
that's what it
ancestors.
is. That's exactly what it is. So what I'm saying is, I didn't change my ideology.
Yo.
My ideology is the same prior to Kemet and after Kemet. So you guys might not understand that or the reason behind it because you're not focused on the right principle. You're not really addressing the subject. You're on some sidetracks. I'm pointing at the star and you guys are looking at the finger. So
no, they trying to say if you don't read the language. I think that's cap. I think it's cap. It's cool if you read the language, but if you can read the language and don't put it, and most of them don't put it in its proper context, they just wild. They try to use that against me. I laugh at it.
Yeah, it's partial. It plays a
That
role.
is the most ridiculous thing ever. You know what I'm saying? When they tell me, I be laughing at them. I say, yeah, I know what y'all think y'all don't know. I know.
Because you won't have a conversation with somebody who's not scientific literate either.
Yo.
They got to be scientific literate for you to have a conversation with them. It's the same thing.
Man, you can't speak on ancient Egyptian culture if you don't read what they said about the culture. That's ridiculous.
Man, y'all ain't cut me off. Yeah, I got the power of the finger today. That hand, got the glove on. You see the movie with the stones, y'all? I got the hand pawing. I'm telling y'all right now, right? That all that reading the meta nature is a bunch of cat. Especially when y'all misdirect the real information. Y'all tripping with that. When y'all try to tell me that the word Kemet means black people and ancient culture black people, y'all niggas ain't reading nothing. Y'all capping to the community. And I'm never gonna let y'all get away with that. That's cap. They wasn't running around in the Nile Valley calling themselves black people. It's the most racist, wild thing I ever heard come out of y'all mouth. So I'm gonna ask the question for all these meta-nature scholars. I'm gonna help you out, Tootie. For all y'all meta-nature scholars, did the ancient Egyptian call themselves the land of the black people? I'm gonna start with you, Hallman, since you got all the mouth. Don't talk around it. Answer the question and then give your explanation. Go ahead, Mr. Meta-nature scholar. Did the ancient Egyptians say their land was called the land of the black people? Yes or no, brother? Scared to death. Where the next one at? Me, myself, you're a Meta-nature scholar?
I can answer that.
Yeah, go ahead.
you know.
I'm gonna give you the example of Ta-Nehisi, but I'm not gonna give you the I'm not gonna give you the Western. Wait. You asked me the question. Let me clarify. You asked me to tell me why.
I
So
said,
let me tell you why.
no, I didn't. I said, answer the question, then explain it. Then unexplain your answer.
Let me explain it. Okay, so Ta-Nehisi, right? The Western translation will probably be the racial land of blacks. I would give you, just like the brother Tahuti we talked about in regards to the utterances, Nehesi meaning those who chant. Chapel,
What?
I
No,
can't think of it.
here, man. I said
No,
Kemet.
yeah, we're talking about Kemet. I said it. That's all. That's Kemet. Where do you think Kemet is at? Because we know. Even if we go by geography, and are you gonna let me answer the question? Because I can answer the question in depth. I'm not one of these people who don't know what I'm talking about. I can answer it both ways, huh?
call themselves
Are
black
you gonna let
people.
me answer it?
Not like that, because you ain't
Okay.
following rules. Here's the rule. For all the meta-nature scholars, I'm asking you, did the ancient people that lived in the Nile Valley, right, do they have a glyph that says the land of the black people? Answer the question, then you can give me explanation. It's probably going to be flim-flammery, depending on how you answer the first part of it. But what you're not going to do is give me a whole bunch of explanation and make us forget what the damn question was. Come on, Jay, answer the question, yo.
They had a glyph for the South, yes.
What, man?
Okay.
You asking me not to give you a racial connotation. They called it in the South. Anything under the Aswan is the South, brother. Like, come on, you know this.
What? What are you?
Nahesi, listen, when Wallace Buzz gave us the definition of Nahesi, let me talk.
Hesse,
When
I ain't
Wallace,
Hesse.
when Wallace Buzz gave us the definition of Nahesi, he said it meant Negro. That's not the definition now. It means Southerner.
All
So
right,
when
man.
you ask me,
No problem, brother.
the racial connotation of the word has been removed, brother, because of the people who discovered it were racist. So that's why we interpret it different and read the text, because we don't go by those racial Wallace Buzz encyclopedias, brother. They always full of racial connotation. Nehesi doesn't mean Negro.
Okay.
It never did.
Okay, I didn't ask you that. I think
You did, really.
I never asked you that.
Because you said land of black. So that connotation is racial. It does not fit. That's the anachronistic racial connotation that's stuck to the word. So land of, it does not mean.
I'm thinking you're on my side, but it's so wild, yo. I can't even take it.
Nah, brother, because you asked a loaded question.
How's that loaded?
Because you gave us.
Just ask Monk what Dr. Karakuni told him when he asked her that.
Hey, Holman, answer the question, Holman.
No, what Dr. Karakuni tell you, huh?
She said no, nigga.
Oh my God! You said she didn't say that word could be used for black people today. You lying?
Hold on, wait. You know I was going to stack it up and have some fun. Let me go to Reggie.
You know he gonna play it.
Hey, Reggie,
lying.
Man, ain't nobody playing up, man. Hey, Reggie, come on, answer the question, Reg. Okay. Big Reg, it's your turn. You the top-notch meta-nature scholar today.
Yeah, I am. let me go find the text.
No, Reggie, answer it. Then you can give a detailed description.
Reggie, pull the text up so he can stop talking.
I can't get an answer for these guys. Hey, Tahuti, you see what I'm saying, Tahuti? See what I'm saying?
No. Now you're doing the razzle dazzle.
And they on you.
Wait, I pull up the
man. You lucky I'm not driving. You lucky I'm driving.
What is your question, though, yo? What is wrong with y'all?
I pull up the.
You lucky I'm driving.
I thought I answered the question.
Now you went to Nahesi. That whole different word, yo. You need to
it's
stop.
Not.
Okay. I pull up the.
All right, Reggie's pulling up the primary on me. He ain't answered the question yet. He could have answered the question, then pulled up the primary.
Okay. So let me just say it quickly.
I bet y'all can find it, too.
Right. The Kemet with the A1B1 glyph, right? That Dr. Solomon said they would have called them Kimmel. If they were going to call them, they would have called them Kimmel, and they would, or and then he says Kemet. That's a typo. It has to be Kimway. But in this particular case, right? In this particular case, we're looking at we can look at the land, we can look at the people. So I'm gonna start with the land first, right? So
the fourth line up, Kemet, right there, the fourth line up. I see Kemet.
Wait, I'm gonna blow it up a little bit more. Okay. Shoot. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. So let's see what this is from Dr. Alexandra Nippy. Page is this on? So 152. So let's get back. So this is I had to go to the library. This is some geographical notes on ancient Tibet. Selections of published papers 1975 to 1997 by Alexandra.
So you're not gonna answer the question, though, Reggie? You're gonna do it the same way.
All you're gonna do is just. All you're gonna do is
the question. Explain it to us, Reggie. I'm gonna cut you off because you're doing what everybody else did. Just answer the question.
He's showing you with the primary,
Hey, I hate y'all niggas, man. I swear, yo.
Hey, the but you don't like hearing the primary. Let the primary talk, man.
No, y'all to me, yo. Hey, Tahuti, you see what I'm saying, Tahuti? I'm gonna ask you, Tahuti. Watch. You don't even read the list. Did the Egyptians call themselves say they land was the land of the black people? This is the land of the black people. Yes or no, Tahuti?
I'm not sure. I heard black land and I heard black people, but more recently I heard the land of the black land. That's what people say.
All right. So why isn't the person that can't read it can give me a simple answer? But y'all,
Because you keep cutting me off.
I think
You're doing a tactic.
Hey, Reggie, hold on. It's actually not a tactic, and everybody is listening can hear this. I said I don't have a problem with the meta-nature scholars. Give me a detailed explanation on why they answered the question. I said, but please give me a direct answer first, right? And then explain it or unexplain it. Y'all did what I knew y'all was going to do. Y'all flim-flamming us. That's what it's called, flim-flamming.
So let's start all over.
Start over again. Reggie, the question is a direct question. Did the Egyptians call themselves black people in the clip? Did it say the land of the black people?
Okay.
Yes or no, Reggie?
The text says Ta-in Kemet, which is the land of the black city. In the context of what you're talking about.
In the context of what? Is they referring to the people or a city being in the black?
There's two, because of the language, I tried to explain to you that when you say land of black people, it doesn't say land of black people. It says the land of the black city. Right? So I'm answering your question.
Would that be like Chocolate City in Baltimore? Would it be that?
Stop.
You're still not clear though, Reggie. We don't know. We don't know if you're trying to apply.
No. I have a PhD. In lines 2 and 3 of this passage,
Reggie, see how you did that?
Tells us that Ta-in Kemet, written with the town determinative, was thrown outside. The meaning of this term was studied by Jean-Marie Couchin in 1981, who showed that there was no doubt about the meaning of this passage, which he translated in French, thrown out, right, of the exterior. But what is this term exactly saying? So then the term that we are talking about is this term over here, Ta-in Kemet, and what they're talking about is being thrown out. If we distinguish between Ta-in Kemet as the land of black city, the land of the black city, which I said, presumably the land adjoining the city and administrated by it, and Tameri, written here with two town determinatives, is referring perhaps to the legitimately controlled area of the Egyptian state.
It looks like it says Amaru after that.
It says over here.
Why you mean? I thought you would keep reading.
Right there, after it says Kemet. Oh, go ahead.
In this hypothesis, we can summarize.
No, you didn't finish reading. No, what you doing?
I did. When the text says
what you land,
we was reading it. That's what.
No, you read the page above that.
Yeah, and I read down. I read here.
Yeah.
If we distinguish between Ta-in Kemet as the land of the black city, presumably the land adjoining that city and administrated by it, and Tameri, written here with town determinatives, as referring perhaps to the legitimately controlled areas of the Egyptian state, it is possible to make some sense of this passage. When it says that the land of the black city was thrown outside, we could accept it to mean that it fell outside the control of the state for some reason. This hypothesis we could summarize
that's interesting.
in the events, in the way the land of the black city has been thrown outside the control of the state, right? And then it says, I'm gonna skip down.
No, don't skip. Don't you dare skip us. You will not sit me here and read me to death. Then skip. No,
keep the land of the black city had been thrown outside the control of the state, either through rebellion or perhaps as punishment by the withdrawal of the protection of the state. During that time, this area was in disorder and was ruled by various chiefs, Deruru and the Hekau.
The Hekau, right? The foreign chieftains.
Right.
So Reggie, this is talking about a particular time period.
Don't do it. Don't
Hold
do
on,
it.
brother. We
Hey,
giving
hold
clarity to the
on.
You're doing
text.
a very
Ask you
important part.
anything.
We
I'm
giving clarity to the text, huh?
no, we not.
Let's
You
talk about Urshu.
it's off. You cutting it off. I'm listening to Reggie. I'm learning something. I don't need you. Come
Oh
on.
well, me and Reggie.
During that time,
Me and Reggie. No,
Ursula
hold on.
was
Hey,
in
Reggie, hold
Detroit.
on. No, dude, you keep jumping in. Jay, you not helping out. This Reggie doing this. We trying
Reggie, let me ask Reggie. Reggie, is it possible? Like sometimes, can
to
I
tell you what I'm gonna do.
add
This
on with you?
Jay. No, I don't need you to add on, Jay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
My life
Yeah.
seen two human
Go
beings.
ahead.
Man,
Go
just
ahead,
let
brother.
Unc cry.
Go
Just
ahed.
let Unc cry
It's
for like
it's
King
5 more minutes so
J,
he can
yo.
shut
Go
up.
ahead, brother.
It's
King
good.
Ray, he got his
We
hand
get
on
it,
the
Unc. We get
brain.
it. Cry, nigga.
Yo,
Mhm.
Unc shoot
Yo, what
accurately.
you hold on? What you say? What you say? Me myself out your mouth, yo.
I
What you say?
said that
Me?
you a clown ass nigga because you got the mute button so you can cry as long as you want, nigga. You ain't said
You know what? I almost said something about that man, mother. I knew I went too far. See, that's when I go too far, yo. When I feel like that, yo, I gotta get him out my space, yo. I'm sitting here like a reasonable human being would. If we have brothers in a build and one pulls up a text or something and he's reading it, we don't need other niggas diving into it. It's the craziest thing ever. It is so incoherent. I don't know why y'all think y'all can learn like this, yo. Let me be the first to tell y'all. That's why we ain't learning much. Reggie is reading the book. First of all, nobody knew to the day that actually the land that y'all call the black people got thrown out of the control of the damn Egyptians. How that making sense? Y'all never knew that to the day. But
Why we didn't know that, huh?
we can't get the lesson because King J keep jumping in as if he pulled it up. Because if King J knew about it, he would have pulled it up. Now he act like he know about it. He ain't never pulled it up in his life, but yet he want to jump in and mess up the whole lesson we getting. We're starting to get a clear lesson from Reggie, and you messing it up, bro.
Let's go, Reggie. My bad. Let's go.
Wild nigga in the chat, yo, you out of here, bro. You completely out of here, yo, because you wow. You a coon from the moon and came to earth too soon, bro. You don't know how to watch your mouth. You disrespectful, dog. And you're a dedicated pseudo. You think the earth is flat. You think you came from the moon somewhere. You know what you did come from the moon. You're a coon from the moon and came to earth too soon. What's wrong with y'all, man? We trying to learn something here, bro. We can't even get our lesson. And Reggie doing a great job. Whatever his answer is, at least he has the ability to explain his damn answer. Then you can go next, King J. You can pull up what you want to pull up. We're enjoying ourselves today. We're trying to learn. We is not trying to live in damn confusion. Go ahead, Reggie, sir. Can you finish? Go back to where you was at, please. You was right there somewhere in the controlled state city.
Yeah,
That
I'll read the whole thing.
no, you don't gotta go. You was at the Hikakasuit. It's a
During
very
that time, this area was in disorder and was ruled by various chiefs, the Ruru and the Hekau. Some of them certainly foreign, who also quarreled among themselves. Finally, Urshel, a man from Cairo, managed to unite these factions, although he ignored the gods of Egypt. Eventually, Cessnock, not the forces, not the energies of Egypt, but the gods of Egypt. Eventually, Cessnock curbed the rebels and restored order among the lands of the Black City, which Ramses III, reinforcing his measure to encircle the peace, would last. So, 18 and 19 is not in this text, right? Uh, well, at least that part of it. So, if we go to this land, this is area right here, we're gonna see Ankh, and then we're gonna see Ek, Nu, and then we're gonna see Ta in Ta Mary with the two Nuits. Ta in Ta Mary was at this time the proper name of the whole country, right? It was the poetic name that everybody loved. It's the land Ta in Ta Mary, right? And then it says something like he heard something about some arty, some chief, something. I will work back and try to get to. I have the translation, but I will skip through it to the point.
That says Amu right there, Reggie.
Say what?
That says Amu right there, where you went over with
Yeah,
the.
I know, but I don't know the vocabulary of it.
Oh, okay.
Tim, and I could pronounce all of it, but who cares about this?
Mm.
The pronouncing of it, right? But what I care about is when it goes to this line over here where it says Ta in Kemet. And then this line right here with this kind of lotus flower, Au, means it that is thrown outside. Imru'at. So with the feet. So this is where they're saying that Kemet, the beloved Kemet that we brush our teeth with, was thrown outside of Tameri, right?
That's
So
deep.
we brush our teeth with Kemet all day long, but Kemet, as the Black City, as she calls it, right? For whatever reason, they called it the Black City, right? Now we can speculate on why they called that city the Black City, but Kemet was kicked the hell out of the land, right? So all of the Kemet crazies, right? The Kemet crazies want you to think that Kemet was always beloved. No, it was kicked out either by punishment or by rebels, right? And so,
So Reggie,
That's a fact, Reggie.
So we can base off of what you was reading. They not trying to say the land of the black people right there, yo.
no, not here.
Right. That's all I'm saying. And what we learned from the day's lesson was clarity, exquisite, right? We learned that from different time periods that particular city was controlled by different people, foreign chieftains and all that, right?
Or got captured, or
That's,
was yeah.
that's good education right there, yo. That's what I come for, yo. I don't want to hear African American rendition of it. I want to see what the people was thinking and what they was doing. Why is it a struggle for this particular area? I understand. Because that black city gonna have some black dirt, and that's some money right there. That's money. That's farming area. That's good farming land right there. I know why they fighting over it. But they sure as hell ain't fighting because it's a bunch of black people. We want to get this with the black people. It don't make no sense. There ain't no money. The money is in the land, in the earth. Go ahead, Jace. I hear you. And then King J, I want you to add to what Reggie was just talking about. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then
that city they're referring to, was that within Egyptian borders or was that outside of Egypt?
Is in Egypt.
Because
No,
Urshu,
so
if
the
he's a
Kemet
Karu,
that
he's a Semite.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah, Karu is the southern Levant. So Urshu
That's what the pyramids at. Cairo?
No, Karu. Remember, it said a man named Urshu.
Cairo. You're right. It said a chieftain of Cairo, but they until the chieftain of Cairo came. But what they were doing, they was fighting over Kemet, and either by rebellion or by punishment,
No,
they got kicked out of time.
Yeah, that was the war of the sea people. That was that.
Right. And then Urshu comes, and Urshu now tries to kind of unite it or take it, right? So, yes.
Setnakti, I think he was the pharaoh for like 3 years.
That's pharaoh, yes.
He blames the Asiatics for. He said that the invaders of Egypt or the enemies of Egypt paid the Asiatics to for reinforcement, and he was blaming Urshu of Karu as being part of that.
That sounds correct.
So that's why I was trying to figure out, was this taking place in Egypt or was this taking place in a former land of Egypt, like
No,
a
you
mean
the Black City? No, it's fine. It's fine. Well, see, it was thrown outside of Tameri. So Tameri.
Yeah. Hey, Reggie, I think I can help you. I can help them. So I think the mistake we've been making for a long time is actually thinking when they talk about the Kim that they was talking about all of Egypt. I'm saying, let me just finish and then y'all can refute it. I'm thinking that the Kim, right, the black and simply the areas with the black soil, there's more than Egypt than just black land. There's a red. There's other hill countries that's near the Red Sea. That's not black land at all, and a lot of people are there. So I'm thinking they was trying to control those a particular section or a city that was in the black. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, bro.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong to think that.
I don't read no Metanetia though, right? See what I'm saying?
That's why I wanted to connect the science, the geography with the actual text, right? So, like,
you can bring it back up if you need to do what you need to do. I just want to get that out. I want both of y'all doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock because you're not wrong. So I just want to bring it together because when I was trying to interject with Brother Reggie, it was because when we're dealing with a certain time period, at this point, I would argue that those three areas with the large deposits of Kim are known. That area is known as Kemet, and I would say that would be the Fourth Cataract, the area of Waset, which is Thebes, and the Nile Delta. Those three areas are the areas where, the text where it says, I can't remember the exact, it's 19th dynasty where he says, um, the Nehesi and the Asiatics, the Amu, each have a slice of Kemet.
That's early Amos. That's
Amos,
Amos,
yeah.
Amos.
So
So
he's identifying the three areas, and as that area as Kemet, and those are the three areas that have the large deposits of.
right. But in this time period, and so here's the thing is the people that brush their teeth with Kemet all day long selling
You
it,
stupid, yo. You
right?
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
selling it like Colgate. They don't know that Mentuhotep, yes, he ceremonially called the whole land Kemet. That's what he did.
Yeah,
Prior to that, uh, that he did that, you have to go back to the eloquent peasant
yeah,
story, right? And you have to go back to King Keti and Merikari. Keti, King Keti, he called a place Kemet that he controlled, right? He
yeah.
controlled. It wasn't the whole nation. It wasn't all of that. It was Kemet
Let's
in
go.
his nation. And then the eloquent peasant, he goes down to Kemet, right?
Hey
Because he
Reggie, we can pull that up and go over that. That would be great. But real quick on this elephant peasant. The Wadding and Tron for one, the salt area, that's not even. So let's get it clear. I hate the term Egypt. So if we want to be, and let's teach people, let's just maybe use some quick indigenous terms. So when you say Tameri, that's fine, the beloved land. I would prefer maybe even to go a little deeper and say for the Nile Delta, we could call it Tamehu, and for the South, we could just say Tashemehu. Yeah, Tasheme,
but we
land of
lost
land of
Tahuti.
Reed, yeah,
We
land of
did
Reed.
all this talk and Tahuti got off. So see Dad, see my problem is we had a great opportunity to listen to a student of Jabari.
We
And
heard it. Yo. You had like a 2 hour talk with him, yo. 2.5 hour talk,
no,
yo.
I didn't finish it. I was doing all of this
Yo,
to
you did it. I swear, yo. You gonna go back and say, yeah, I beat him
Yeah,
up.
the Pelican
no,
president. He jumped
I
off.
wasn't trying to beat him up. I'm
Well, you
beating up
did.
Jabari because Jabari don't teach this. He don't show no meta nature.
I know, but you did a good job,
You
yo.
finna pull it up,
And then you got
Jabbar?
Jace doing a damn good job, yo. He's showing he understand a little bit there. Let Jace get in
I
the
can
queue.
help the brother Tahuti. Get him on. He's
No,
blinded.
you don't want to. I can give you his phone number. How about that?
Yeah, send me
Let you
his
get
phone
contact.
number,
I
because
got
Jay, so you do come, but so listen, so we don't call it Egypt.
King J, no,
So
the can't give me no credit.
so yeah,
what?
he like the yeah, I see it.
No,
So
you next.
Jay,
Oh, that
so
ain't
Jay,
you
so
next
we
though.
don't,
Haru,
we
I
don't
said you ain't hear me say that. Haru, I said you next. I'm gonna
yeah,
let you.
yeah. I'm glad you want to. I'm talking to Jay real quick. I just want to have a little back and forth.
Go ahead.
When we don't really say Egypt. We like I say for the South, it's the land of the reeds, right? It's known for the what it produces. So it's Tasheme. I mean Tashemehu. For the North area, which is the Nile Delta, it's known for papyrus, paper. So we like to call it Tamehu, the land of papyrus, right? Um, those are the two countries, right? One is North, one is South. Um, Narmer Palette is a good primary source to show both of the unification of that Tameri, but those are the two lands that are being united. When the brother was talking about the elephant peasant, the Wadi Natron salt mines, that's outside of both of those areas. That's really in like some Libyan stuff, but it's a primary source. It's a reference to show how this peasant is coming his day in his life. He gets up with his wife, tells her to pack his donkey or whatever with beer, bread, and he's going to commit. He's going to commit. To me, he goes down. That area to me signifies he's in the Nile Delta somewhere, possibly. I don't know what do you think about that, Reggie? Do you think that That reference is for the now Delta Kemet,
No, he's in Egypt, what we call Egypt,
Memphis area.
controlled by Egypt, not by the Libyans, controlled by Egypt, and he goes down to a place called Kemet.
You think White in the Throne is Egypt?
Yeah, White in the Throne is in the control of Egypt because he's under King Keti.
At that time period, yeah.
Right, because how I know that is because he now complains against about the people that stole his
Being
goods,
mistreated. Mm-hmm.
right? By Egyptian nobles. So this is all in control of ancient Egypt. That's
What time period was this?
This is the 11th dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 11th dynasty with Merikari. So it's Merikari who first names the territory Kemet by itself. And then there's a story called The Eloquent Peasant that talks about what we're talking about. But Merikari, he's the one who is fighting the Thebians. The Thebians don't have control over Kemet.
I was just going to say this at this point. It's really no marks, right? This is like an intermediate period, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's bigger than no. Well, I'm gonna say yes, no marks. But king, it winds down to three kings.
Khufu. Is it Khufu?
No, it winds down to Keti.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Khufu. I'm sorry.
It winds down to the Thebians. That I'm just thinking of the name.
Well, Montu comes after.
Prior to that. It's the air. I'll get in a few minutes, and then it's the people in the Nehes,
yes.
Right? Antefi. So it's Antefi and this Thebian person. What's Seti's name?
So Setheret.
Huh?
You say what's Seti's name?
Yeah, he got a middle name. Seti's middle name.
Seti.
Right? No. And then it's that king who's the head of the Thebians, and then it's Keti. So it winds down to three major nomarchs, and ultimately the Thebians.
And Keti, that's third Sapat, right?
I don't want to do it geographically.
Don't do it like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just that I wanted to make the point that.
Okay.
I wanted to make a point in that period.
All right, y'all got the Jays jump in. No, let them jump in. Y'all can't go long.
No, the what I guess what confused me is that how you're describing the land before the New Kingdom, but why didn't they have any capitals north of the pyramids of Giza? It seemed like
they're autonomous city states at this time point. There's autonomous Sapats.
The intermediate period.
Oh, wait, the first intermediate or second?
First intermediate period.
First, okay.
The first intermediate period, which is the 10th and 11th dynasty, it happens after Pepi dies. So when Pepi dies, then it goes to shit.
I would say this is where we see a large influx of Semitic populations into the Nile Delta.
Yeah, because something happened.
Because this is where we see, I would say, the ammo come in.
Famine. A lot of famine.
No. So we have to read Merikari. What happened was
y'all got Asiatics always living there though.
It was Pepi. It was Pepi the second. He caused a lot of confusion with nepotism and hiring foreigners. Pepi the second. So now Keti this is the Inenusut, which means the child of Nusut. He's stuck, right? He's of the old guard, kind of related to Pepi's people, and he's fighting the Amo. So he's trying to keep the Amo out. But Pepi earlier had brought them in as workers. And that's okay. Right? But it caused a lot of problems because he was just hiring his family and they were incompetent.
And we see this in the Benny. Can we see this in the Benny Hassan mural as a depiction of that literally?
That's after. That's
no, it's not. It's 18th dynasty. Well, yes, after.
That
was talking about the 10th and 11th dynasty.
That was the 12th.
Right. So
no. Yeah, that's 12. Well, because it's 18th century.
Yeah, but during the first intermediate period, didn't Ankh Tifi I think he was the governor of Upper Egypt, right?
He was the governor of what?
Of Upper Egypt, or he's the nomarch. I think he was.
Yeah,
Well, of these particular, that's why I was saying these
Right, but
particular.
he in his
So look, so look, so look.
description,
Let
he
let
was
let
like
this is a good time to
describing
distinguish, Jace, real quick.
describing
This is a good time to distinguish of these the first, second, and third spots. We could Taseti, Nekin, Edfu.
mhm.
Those support areas a lot of times are distinguished, or a lot of times at war, at odds, I would say, with the Waset Theban
Yes, I
area.
told you that. I already said that there
Mhm.
were three
right,
areas.
but
It was
Yeah, I was.
anytime
Yeah,
before
so
that, the
I was
Egyptian
just helping the brother out to distinguish. At this time, there are no marks, so they're not all running. So they're running. He's running this area,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
we may have Montu in the Theban area, and then we may have
true,
them
they're concurrent.
Amu in the now Delta area, and they all are fighting for their the whole piece of the pie, but they're
That's
all
cool.
controlling their own area at this point in time.
Right, I get what you're saying, but
Mhm.
I'm just saying in Egyptian history, even when Egypt was united, it doesn't seem like they had any. Their capitals weren't north of the pyramids. It seemed like they were all south until
No, they're 42. When they're all united, it's 42 spots. When they're
right. But
separate,
are any of them north of the
oh
pyramid?
yeah,
yes.
they're from
Which
Aswan all the way up to the
He
Mediterranean
asking more so
Sea.
about the capital though. That's what I
Yeah,
think
the
that's what he's
capital.
trying to explain.
Well, the capital will be always these. That's going to be the administrative capital because that's all. Or when they were in Memphis, but most times it was the Theban, Wasetnian area that was the capital, administrative capital of that. But when it wasn't, the 42 spots, it ran from Aswan to the Mediterranean Sea.
I don't know if it
But I
was that
want
in
to
the
get
old
back to
kingdom.
Ank's point. I want to get back to Ank's
That
point.
was in the new. I think the new kingdom.
That's the whole period
Yeah, I want to get back to Ank's point. So,
from Taseti.
Ankh asked us a question: did it mean the black people? In the passage that I read, it did not. It did not. It meant Alexander Nibby and others say it meant the black city, right? And so Ankh has some reasons why he thinks that Kemet had fertile land, right?
Hmm.
That land, that place is next to the Nile. I
Hmm.
definitely agree, right? But me and Ankh, we will continue to argue about does it because it said Ta in Kemet,
Hmm.
so we're not clear on what that Kemet means. Ankh says black land, and for years I've had to deal with Ankh on that. I've had to deal with Ankh on that, and Ankh has made his point, and we have our points
Well,
that
it don't have to be land because it could be district in that area. In that
It would be an
with the
assumption to say black land or soil.
it,
That's an assumption.
yeah, yeah, it
You
would
got to
be an
put that in the
assumption
text.
because I don't see the tie. I see
no,
the 049 determinative. It would suggest a district or a
right,
inhabited
that's why
area.
it said black city. That's why
Yeah,
Alexander Nibby says Kim,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Kim Kemet with the city glyphs, which I
Uh-huh.
said.
Uh-huh.
But we at some point we're gonna have to come back and deal with whether Kemet is talking about fertile land or it's talking about something else. And so after this Jabari debate, which is already Jabari's already lost, family. It's just that what happens is his adherents or trying to go sideways. But Jabari's already messed up, and then so he doesn't have any support because when I showed you what Infidisi said about me, right? He would never say that about Jabari.
Mm.
He would never say that about Jabari because Jabari don't read the language. But what they're trying to do is overcompensate it, right? By saying, oh, you don't have to read the language, you can read the translations. You can read the translations, but you can't get through the translations if you can't match it up with the glyphs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fight for what you're saying. But getting back to Ankh, and if y'all want to continue this conversation, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Bari is a leader of a culture, a cult.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that my brother Tahuti Forever he has pitched his tent in there. But the fact is, he doesn't want to learn anything else. So when I showed the colors of the day, I'm like, where's that in the text? He says, well, we are innovative. Nah, don't call it Kemet. Call it innovation.
Yeah, because Jabari says that he's reconstructing how as close as he possibly could get ancient Egypt to what it was in ancient times. So that's not the same thing as making something new.
Right. So he's
So
not being honest. He's not being honest to the people that don't know.
Yeah, he lied.
Ah, man, I ain't gonna let you bash. I ain't gonna let you do a hard one because you had to get to him.
Jabari is on tape telling me that when me and him was talking,
No,
and
but you got
had me and him have a discussion.
chance, yo. You got a chance to get you Jabari. You gotta go through.
I'm not talking about me and Jabari. I'm just talking about a statement that Jabari made when he was talking about his 3 levels of reconstructing the culture.
He didn't reconstruct no culture, bro. That's crazy.
That's what he said.
I know, but y'all insane if y'all think that man an Egyptologist is doing that.
But that's what he's saying, though. I don't believe he's an Egyptologist. That's my whole point. But what I'm saying is that's what he's saying. That's contrary to what Tahuti just said.
Of course. But let me make my point here. I read a comment earlier. They said, am I putting Egypt in my own context? The answer would be, I know I have biases, right? We all carry biases. And I'm an African American. So what I learned was pay close attention to Egypt and the other Africans around the Egyptians, right? Learn in general African culture. And based off of Diop's, got the whole field recognizing that if you want to learn about Egypt, learn about Africa and their different religions, right? Understand how they trying to think, right? And so they tied to the land because all humans need resources. Why do they need resources? Because they're having babies. And babies need resources, y'all. That's the fundamental survival thing on earth for all living organisms. Humans say food, clothing, and shelter. It's basically control your resources that the people going to need for survivability. So what did the land bring to these indigenous African people, man? What it brought to them, it brought them resources. The earliest resources, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, is found in Abju, these microliths, right? And they found them in abundance. These microliths are used for chopping down grains, right? You harvest the grains, the grinding stones, right? But they couldn't make them everywhere, and they could sell them. And selling them, they started to get a surplus of money. This is where Egypt starts off at. It starts off with selling those Stone Age technology, the microliths, right? But they ain't getting a religion out of that, though. They getting a religion out of something that become renowned, right? They mythology, they mythos, they belief system is coming out the earth. They connected to the earth and the river. So much so that they deified these things. They deified the river. That's how I was able to beat the wild fake Egyptian guys that was trying to go against me. Not the Egyptian guy, but the fake people was acting like it was from Mesopotamia and try to trick y'all with the DNA. I was able to defeat them because they never deified the Mediterranean. If they came from the Mediterranean, right, and it was Mediterranean culture, then how come the people didn't deify the Mediterranean? I'll tell you why.
Well, that's a good point, huh?
Let me finish. Because you ain't drinking no damn salt water, ladies and gentlemen. The salt water ain't doing nothing for you but killing you. You can't drink salt water. They didn't deify it because it didn't bring life substances to them, but the river did. That fresh Nile water did. They traveled for miles around after desertification to get to the daggone fresh water where you got fish.
They did deify the Mediterranean, though.
They did not. You made that up, and that's why I say you always halfway.
The name is the
Great Green.
I tell you the name of the Great Green. Yeah,
right. That's not deified. Reggie tell you that they didn't deify that. That's not a deity. The Great Green is not a deity.
No God. What's the God of the Great Green?
Yeah, go get it. No. When I'm talking, go get that. Because I don't just get on here and talk.
Okay, that's a fair point. Okay.
Right. Let me finish my point here. I'm trying to show the people why I chose the black instead of the black people, trying to give them my reason behind it. So I'm thinking about living in the now and what's important to me. That damn river's important. I see fish. I see substance. I also see people trying to cross the river and die. That's a raging river, y'all. That's more serious than y'all think. Y'all think ancient people crossing that river like that? Y'all bugging. You're going to drown. It's a problem. So they see people die. They see the crocodiles, vicious, right? They see them eat people. They see stuff die, right? But then they see the river flood on a regular basis. They see this phenomenon that they don't, that's a phenomenon, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have the understanding of the phenomenon, the natural thing. Scientists can explain the phenomenon and why it happens. They wasn't there yet. They knew it flooded annually because of not the playa, right? And they could mark the rainy seasons. They understood that. But it flooded, but guess what it flooded? It bring this black dirt. And it's a lot of it. It ain't a little bit. It flood out the whole thing, black dirt. Now, what happens with this black dirt? It bring life. What life? Green stuff is growing. Stuff is growing like magic. The people in the outside world want to say they wasn't really farmers because you can just throw anything in there and it grow. They didn't really respect them because it was just natural. They didn't know the reason why it was growing like that. They didn't know the scientific reason and the minerals and the compost things that decompose that will give it a substance. They didn't know that. What they knew was things died and they seemed to regenerate based off of the black soil. That's why you see Osiris being black, not because he's a black man, because he represents the what? That black dirt. And then you see him in green. Why? Because it represents the regeneration of the agriculture of it. This is their religion, y'all. Death and dying. Death and dying. Remember, on planet Earth, death feeds life. There is no life without death on planet Earth. And they see it play out for millennium. They lived in the river, what, 4,000 or 5,000 years, y'all? They see it. They see it. And they developed their religion and culture out of that river and out of that black dirt, right? This is where they get their spiritual concepts from. Not from looking at each other, right? We know the Egyptians ranged from dark skin to light skin. In more ancient times, they all dark brown. Y'all ain't seen the new reconstructions out there? I can show you a 38,000 year reconstruction, yo. Blow y'all mind. And I'm saying by professionals, not by the pseudo King monologue. By professionals. But y'all got to know skin color can change. And it ain't got to be because somebody invaded, because that's what nature do. Nature is under no authority to tell you anything. Nature don't owe you nothing. You either understand it or you don't. So skin can change back and forth within 25 to 50 generations. All y'all today, go look in the mirror. I could pretty much bet that your ancestors' color their skin wasn't that. It could, if you're a light-skinned person, your ancestor could have been jet black. If you're a dark-skinned person, your ancestor could be light-skinned. So I'm simply saying the reason I chose the black, and they didn't say black land, it's called glossing. Reggie know what that means. When Egyptology glossed the term, they added the word land in there. Why did they do that? So that y'all reading it could understand it, but the ancients just they didn't need the word land. Why? Because it's part of their world. It's the black, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's the black. So I'm going to end it right there and go right to the word. This is what I hate the most. When people get mad, I don't like the word Egypt. That's fine. But did you know the word Egypt actually comes from an indigenous place? Where does the word Egypt come from?
Ptah, the temple of the soul of Ptah, a temple that's located in the city-state of next to Mennefer in the now. You asked me a question.
I didn't ask you. I ain't say your name. You did it on purpose. I ain't say you.
Oh, my bad.
I'm talking. It get an answer, yo. We're going to deal with the English word, man. It comes through Greek and Latin, y'all. All right? English word Egypt, French word Egypti. Right? You got the Latin Egyptus. The Greek is Egyptos. Egyptos is generally traced to Egyptian what? Hecapata or Hecapata meant the estate or temple of Ka of Ptah, linked to Memphis. Y'all supposed to know where that's at, yo.
It's
all right.
Y'all
gonna correct me when I'm finished. You know, I'm just a science guy. Yeah, I mean, the ancient Egyptians also had native names for for their land, including what? Y'all see it, Kim. All right, and I guess what's that next word right there would be? Y'all would say that would be, what's that?
Tawi.
The unifying of the two lands, right? So here it go. Hikabata, right? A state or temple of Ptah. Egyptos, Greek, Latin, Egyptus, French, Egypti, right? And then Egypt, modern word Egypt, yo. All right? So it's not actually coming from a foreign word, y'all. Right? That's the whole breakdown for it. I don't want to chalk y'all to death because I know the attention spans is wild around here. But the breakdown is, right? House, estate, temple, enclosure, right? Ka, vital, spiritual aspect. Ptah, right? Memphis, creator, craftsman god. All right? They believe this to the point where they name, right, pieces of their thing that the Greeks came in and the Greeks named it, but they didn't name it from something they made up. They named it from an indigenous spot. So I'm going to end it right there and let you know, don't let a person trick you and get mad at you if you just say Egypt, because actually Egypt is coming from an indigenous African thing. Don't get mad when the person say, hey, don't use the word Africa. The word Africa comes from an indigenous African tribe, the Far tribe. That ain't the white boy stuff. I just wanted to throw that into the day.
Brother Omar, can I cook next? I did wait. Can I please cook next?
I know, but it was Harwin was next, yo. I'm sorry, yo. Harwin was definitely next.
I'll wait. No sweat. No sweat. Can I go after Harwin?
You can go after Harwin. Go ahead.
All right, no sweat. I'll mute out.
Go ahead, Harwin.
I appreciate that,
Absolutely.
Yeah, great job. Great. That was
all
great.
right. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, bro.
You ain't gonna give me credit for reading Metal Netzer, bro?
I gotta give you credit. I can't take that from you. You did that.
Okay. See, enemies can show respect.
Yeah. Yeah. You my scholarly enemy. You not my enemy. But go ahead.
I don't want to take it off the topic.
You can move it. I want everybody to get that. For all my Egyptian fans in there, if you hate the word Egypt, don't hate the word Egypt. It come from an indigenous spot. But go ahead.
So they've been cherry picking something that Infudiji said when Sanetta called him one time.
All right.
As if that's the only thing that Infudiji has said on this platform right here.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say what he said? Sure. But I was talking to King J about this in the back chat. He also said that they believe in an actual conscious creator. That would be literal. He literally called it consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Jabari said it's not. So that mean Netzer has agency?
Uh-huh. Huh?
If the Netzer have agency, how is it not literal?
Yeah, if they conscious, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you got him with that.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna email it to Reggie, because I got Infudiji on video saying it. And guess what he talking about? The Shabaka stone. Which goes back to what Ankh was just talking about with Hood called Ptah. Ptah is the creator in the Shabaka stone.
Mm-hmm.
Infudiji says that is the divine creator using consciousness to create the universe. Now, these Netzer manifest, they can be used as literal as an allegory in ways. We know ain't nobody walking around with a literal sun on their head. But when Jabari say that, he's deflecting from what we're talking about and insulting our intelligence. We know nobody can walk around with a literal star on top of their head. But what we see is that these Netzer, when Reggie was talking about, when he asked Reggie about explaining what Netzer mean, and Reggie could correct me if I'm wrong, but Reggie said that all of existence, and as far as the semantics of the word Netar or Netzer or Netzer, however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jabari posted something from Dr. Raketi Amin that said the same thing that Reggie said, referring to all existence. So if all existence has a divine agency, and they believe that, and these agents could take form, physical form, or even inhabit the body of an actual physical person that will be called a Netzer. How could you claim that's not literal?
Well, how when he builds a body, right? They build a body.
Bro, you ain't wrong, bro. You're not
think
wrong.
about it,
I
Mr.
don't want to
Buttercup.
say too much because I don't want to give away the jewels I think that Reggie might bring up in the debate.
Mm-hmm.
No, the most important thing is that we have intellectual consciousness, and Jabari is outside, and his jig is up because he's been protected.
The gig is up.
So we have Tahuti Forever come on, and we know that he's a good brother, nice brother, but he's got because he's talking. And listen, Dr. York and others did it better than that, right? They had you really tight in whatever doctrine that he was in, right? This brother is just connected to this organization, and it was amazing that he refused to see the importance of the meta nature first, right?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, Tahuti Forever.
Oh, he's seeing the importance of it, yo?
No, he didn't. He didn't see the importance of the meta nature.
He said you was looking at his hand and instead of looking at the sun.
No, he was saying that it's not important as the culture. And I was like, what do you mean? You wouldn't know what the culture was if the experts didn't translate the language so they can see what they were saying about their culture.
Right.
No, not
pointing to the stars and looking at his hands. That's a fake out. We're talking about looking at the meta nature, right? That's we're not talking about looking at somebody's hands and stuff. That's a fake out. The fact is that your teacher is a meta nature dropout, and that's just.
Right? And brother Roger, you know what's crazy is you look at the brothers Saba Tahuti, his students that can read the metanetter compared to the brother Jabari students Tahuti that can't read the metanetter. It's a big difference.
It's an amazing difference. It's an amazing difference, and so the they say Rome must. Carthage must die, brother. Brother has been on this for 15 years. Like you messing people up from reading. You want people to do oracle stuff and meditate and all this BS, right? But you don't want to send your students to Infodici nor Dr. Richetti, right? So then they come out silly.
Wow.
And then they cast this whole thing about.
I mean, we gotta let Omar go though, yo. He about to blow up.
But they cast this whole situation that Brother Reggie's the bad guy and Brother Reggie's the hater. But when you listen to the elders, they say no, Brother Reggie's a good student, right? So he can't rate me. He can't rate me, and so it's made me tight because he's a. Do you know he's a liar? Like Jabari is a liar.
Man.
Intellectually and in business, he's a liar. Right? He's a liar, and the people that know he's a liar. So then somebody's got to stand up and say, "Hey, yo, miss me with the cap, yo." Anyway, Omar wants to come on.
You can't. Don't be too mean, Reggie. I told you. Don't be too mean, bro.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can, Omar. You do not have 20 minutes to talk.
No, I don't need 20 minutes. I just want to show some information. And the information I'm getting.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to block you again, nigga. Let me block you again since you're going to call me out my name. Let me block you again, bro. Not you. No, not you.
I was getting ready to say
like you. This guy. Now take the time and make yourself a new profile and let me block you again. I want you to spend half your time making new profiles there, brother. That's what I want you to do. I want you to spend half your time today for the rest of the day, for the rest of this episode. And then you call me out my name again for no reason, yo. Because you cutting people off. Remember, don't cut. We learning a lot today because we're not cutting each other off, yo. Go ahead, Brother Umar. We've been cutting you off a lot, but go ahead.
No, the dialogue is excellent. I think the reason why we cutting each other off is because brothers want to add to the subject. So I'm gonna diverge just a little bit, but I want to diverge. Just let me go, and you're gonna understand where I'm going. I want to diverge just a little bit towards your question.
I'm leaving, but I want to say, wait, I have to leave.
No, Reggie, don't leave. No, don't leave because
let me just say this.
The reason
Stephen Shaw.
I'll get to it. Hold on. I'll bring it in, Reggie. I want your opinion on this, Reggie. Reggie, you mind if I show this right quick? Because actually, I wanted to present this to you, Reggie, for your opinion. Now, this is not on the topic, but it has to deal with Ankh's question 15 minutes ago about Kemet as far as referring to black people. So I'm gonna show this right quick, and I don't want you to leave, Reggie, because I wanted your opinion on this. I wanted your opinion on this, brother. So if you can show my screen on. So this is a research paper from Dr. Sally Ann Ashton. She's out of Manchester University. This is her research paper. And I think this would somewhat agree with Reggie as far as 15 minutes ago, 18 minutes ago, when y'all was talking about the Kemetic people and Ankh posed the question as referring to the black land. So this is the work of Dr. Sally Ann Ashton out of Manchester University. I asked my friend, Dr. Renoko Rashidi, for some inspiration for a blog post, and he very kindly sent a copy of the photograph of the royal wife and mother of Ahmose Nefertiti. She was the wife of the first ruler of the dynasty, 18th, King Ahmose help me out, y'all. Y'all know. I don't want to butcher it. I want to show respect to the language. Who ruled from 1550.
Nefertari.
Thank you. Thank you for the correction. Who ruled from 1550 to 1525 BC. She was also the mother of Imhotep de Zakari, who ruled from 1525 to 1504 BC. It was in later capacity as king mother that she was made a goddess. That relief is interest, of course, because her skin is painted black rather than the usual brown. Let's push down forward on her article.
Yeah, symbolic.
No, we finna see. So here goes a glyph. Here goes the glyph. So let's push forward. Here goes the glyph.
No, don't push forward. Read what it say underneath the glyph.
King J.
And that ain't the only depiction of her either.
King J. I'm all I'm gonna do is read verbatim, and then I want to hear Dr. Reggie's point of view of this article, and then King J, I do want to hear your point of view on the article too, and then I want to hear everybody's point of view on this article, because I don't want to interject nothing. Let's push forward. The word Kemet literally means the land of black. The hieroglyphics above spell out the word that are accompanied by what we are called a derivative, circle cross, that the lower right of the word. So that's the glyph. In this case, the determinative represents road crossing and so a land. In Kemet, black was also associated with the night, with the afterlife, and also with resurrection and rebirth. Black was also associated with what? Fertility. We believe because it was the color of the fertile soil that also was deposited after the annual flooding of the river of the Nile. Let's push forward down back to this article. Okay, since the building of the Aswan dams, the river no longer flooded. However, even today, it is possible to see, however, that the river impacts what? On the terrain around, and how different that this is compared to surrounding desert encampments. The annual inundation of the Nile was closely associated with the king of Kemet, and there were strict rules about when the ruler could and could not travel the river. Let's push down on this information because I want to move forward. That way I'm not long-winded. I'm reading as fast as I can. The relief above was found in the tomb at the Worksman, the village of Deir el Medina. That was where the men who created the royal tombs in the so-called Valley of the Kings and the Queens lived and were also buried. These were highly skilled craftsmen and artisans that when the elite in their own society died, that they were given elaborately decorated tombs. The tombs where the relief was found and known as TT, because they archived it with a specific number so you can follow it. TT 359. It belonged to a man who held position of chief of work named Enherka. He lived among after Ahmose Nefertiti ruled and commissioned two tombs, and the second is now referred to as TT 29. The tombs as the painted its utmost Nefertiti were produced over what 350 years after what the royal wife and the mother death, indicating that her role of godness continued long after it was awarded. That's pushed down because this what I think this is going to agree with what Reggie was saying about the fertile land, because I know this is a lot of commentary now, so I'll be quick. So if we look in detail at the painting, that we will immediately see that this is what representation of a goddess. If you look carefully at the cap which she wears, you can see a wing stretch over the hair, and at the front over the forehead is the head of a vulture. Only goddesses wore this vulture cap. Royal women are what depicted with the cobra on their brow, which is called a uraeus, and effectively protects as well as identifies the subject as royalty. The style of dress that she wears is typical of those what found in Dynasty 20, when the scene was painted, rather than the period when Atmos Nefertiti actually lived. Her hair is braided and held in position by what appear to be what golden thread, to be what beads at the ends. This is, of course, commonly many African societies, as among the African diaspora, the bulk proportions of what the hair that is represented here also suggests that it is what type is African. So let's land this plane. Let's land this plane. Uh-oh, but what about the color of her skin? So now let's cook. Here, I'm going to suggest that the color is symbolic rather than simply. Now, hold on, I want y'all to really listen to this. Here, I'm going to suggest that the color is symbolic rather than simply a realistic representation of Atmos' skin color, in the same way that the Old Kingdom and Middle Kingdom sanctuary and Sagittates women are often depicted with what? Very pale and white skin. Listen carefully. This does not reflect their rude complexions. In fact, the suggestions by Eurocentric makes no sense at all, particularly what? When we consider that the consorts of male equivalents have what? The more typical dark brown skin colors, which what? Is in no doubt closer to that the population at the same time. I suggest, this is her. This is Dr. Sally Ann Ashton. This is what she's saying. This is what she's saying. In fact, this suggests Eurocentrics makes no sense at all, particularly when we consider that the consorts of male equivalents have more than typical dark brown skin colors, which is no doubt closer to that of the population at the time. I suggest, Shelly Ann, I suggest this because the New Kingdom, both men and women, are depicted with the same range of complexions.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I'm done because this is a long article.
Jesus Christ. What was you trying to prove here?
I just wanted to piggyback off of kind of what you said, and majority. No, my bad. I wanted to piggyback off the question that you posed 18 minutes ago, to Reggie and the rest of the people about the skin color. Reggie reflected these same things, speaking about what? In fact, this suggests by Eurocentric makes no sense at all. Particularly, we can see that the consorts of male equivalents have more dark brown skin colors. I suggest this because the New Kingdom, both men and women, are depicted with the same range of complexions. So they depicted them from certain light skin colors to dark skin, but these was black people that derive from the southern region. I think Reggie made a good point on that.
That's what you got. That's what you got from that, Omar.
What? I ain't even with Omar. You put me to sleep. Like, I don't know what you talking about. I'm trying to help. I can't even help.
No, remember
that black people come from the southern region. That's what they.
No.
Where did this article even come from? What does article come from, though?
Which one?
King J. I just want to respond right quick.
If they by suggesting white, hold on, racialized white.
The reason why I read
were not.
this article No, Unc, I'm on. The reason why I read the article is because Unc brought up the question about the skin color. That's the only reason I pulled up this article. Now, I know this article has nothing to do with the debate, but guess what? I got more articles that has to do with this debate as far as that they believe in it as being literal or not. I just wanted to address Unc's question about the skin color. That's it.
Oh, all right.
And guess what? Reggie is going to put boot the ASS on Jabari. I got Reggie winning by a long shot. I'll mute out.
Reggie just can't be too complicated, yo. That's all he got to work on. He got to work on.
Ankh is right about that, but I would say this. It makes
like you did today, though. Like when you read that with the glyphs, that was clear. That wasn't hard. We got that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you put some glyphs and some English, so it was clear, yo.
Well, thank you, but
look at Ankh giving credit, man.
Well,
yeah,
me and Unc, we've been talking about this for a long time. But Omar, it makes Uncle point and it makes mine. But it makes more of an Uncle's point than mine. Yes, there were dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people, light-skinned people in the land, right? They were African, right? The issue was on the glyph statement on Kemet. So there we only discussed Kemet as far as the land is concerned, right? We didn't get a chance to talk about Kemet, the people. So we'll do that on another show. But I want to thank everybody before I leave for appreciation, because look, why are we arguing about this? Well, the reason why we're arguing about this is because the culture leader or cult leader, right, is making a point that the literature, right, or this particular word is not literal, and he has no source for that. He has no source whatsoever for that, and so now it's, can he convince the audience that he is correct based on BS? Because we know what the definition of literal is, and we don't know the definitions of the netter and the netteru from expert sources. And so what he's doing is outside, because I am agreeing with the experts, right? And he is saying that, and if I'm agreeing with the experts, they're saying that that word is literal. It means directly what it means without any a metaphor or anything. It means exactly what it means. And he's arguing some new age forces and energy, which is undefined, right?
Hey, Reggie, I think if you could show us that in the debate real clear.
Oh, real clear, crystal clear.
That's going to be interesting, because you basically showing that his rendering is actually European African American style.
No,
that's what it is.
Yeah, I know it.
Worse than that.
That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is. But I wish, you know what I'm saying? I think people will try to take offense to that. But in reality, man, like, what you expect people to do with an African culture that's actually dead? Like you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you just gotta be honest about it, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with them doing what they're doing, but to try to make it seem like it's indigenous practices, yo, that's crazy. That's not, you know what I mean? Come on, yo. I'm not gonna give you some halfway signs, yo.
Yeah, so that's the whole point. The point is that's only his gloss. What his shrine believes. Who the hell cares about what his shrine believes?
I mean, the go there probably care. The people that go there to care.
Yeah, and then we see. I was very polite with the brother, right? I wasn't polite with Jabari, but I was polite with the brother. I'm just like, man, your money that you spent, man, yo, you spent a lot of money, man. Go and learn the meta nature, man. Go learn the meta, and then all the people on here that read what on calls the magic meta nature, because that's what calls it, right? But the so-called magic meta nature is actually academic, right? So this guy, Jabari's just gonna talk us to death, right? But at the same time, he got the funny customs, the funny hat, and he can't pronounce the words that even his teacher. When his teacher got up there with the broke R's, Jabari can't even pronounce those words. He can't even pronounce those words.
Hey Reggie, you know, Jabari. See, I'm gonna show y'all what a mother. Where you at, Jason? Still on here?
Yeah, I'm still.
I'm gonna let you get in next. I want to say this. Call me the bad guy. I can take it. The winner of this debate is gonna be the one that's not afraid to be honest. Simple as that, yo. Like, some people gotta get thrown under the bus and stepped on, yo. Like, yeah, you can't go up in there trying to be nice, trying to be, well, I don't want to say this about this because that might hurt this teacher, that teacher. See, I've been made sure that the elders didn't have authority over nothing I did. See, that's the difference between me, Jabari, and quote unquote Reggie. See, Reggie kind of pushing back now because he realized that authority might not be always correct. See, Jabari snuck away from the elders, but he act like he with them. Ain't nobody being honest. I just say it. I'm not listening to none of that. They not the authority on nothing I'm teaching. They teach something different. I'm grounded in scientific literacy, where the phenomenon is the authority. What data do we get from looking at or studying the scientific data on that damn black soil? And how can I connect it to the culture, right, through the professional field that black people are a part of? Egyptology. Y'all didn't know that? Nubianology and Egyptology. Y'all didn't know that African Americans was a part of that field? Well, they are. We can see the Nile Collective all day long. I talk to them on a regular basis, right? Not all of them. I don't want to overrule like Jabari be doing, but some of them, all right? And I'm using that data, okay, to talk to y'all. But for y'all, the winner gonna be the one that throw away that authority of the elders. Do y'all know that's the same way science came into flourishing? They threw the authority away. They was like,
Man, Reggie gonna win this by a landslide.
Nah, if he going there playing and skipping, Jabari gonna flam his way through it. And whoever gets tough, yo, somebody gonna have to get tough in there, yo. I'm telling you, somebody had to get in there and say, you know what? He ain't know what he was talking about. This came from here. This is where this came from. I can show you the progression on how it got here. Somebody gonna have to say, people toes gonna get stepped on. They might not even speak to you no more after that debate. Whoever willing to say, you don't gotta talk to me, stay in your corner. See, I already said it. Y'all can stay right in your little corner. I got my corner right here. It's called scientific literacy. Ain't no elders. Ain't the great wise one. Nope. They all not there. Nope. I'm right here. We're the youngsters. We're the youngins. You know what I'm saying? With those who care about science and science literacy, yo, yeah, I mean, become part of the community. But not if you teaching pseudo wisdoms, we're gonna call you out. That don't mean you can't change. That don't mean you can't start to understand. But all that because you older is better, that's an ancient Egyptian thing. The Egyptians felt like their older was better. Y'all didn't know that, did you? They did. And it kept them great. But it's the same thing that got them beat at the end of the day. Right? So listen, man, y'all can stay, like, y'all can even learn about Africa and there's people in Africa, which I love. That's why I say Black African power, because I love Africa. Right? But I also love the people that was murdered and taken out of Africa and enslaved. I love them more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not African because I was born in Africa. Never said that. I always say Africa was born in me. But I love African Americans, yo, and fighting out trials and tribulations. And one thing I know, yo, we are a marginalized community, man. Right? Racism is systemic. So I want to motivate people to get them in them fields, right? I was sitting and I was thinking, I was like, man, yo, do you know how many scientists and doctors and professional people we can have in our community instead of chasing that impossible dream to become an athlete? Y'all know that's an impossible dream, right? How many people is actually 6'4", 6'5", and that's little in the NBA and can dribble the basketball? How many of y'all is 230 pounds and can run a 4.1 or 4.2? Not many. But we spend thousands of dollars, right, to achieve a goal that's basically unachievable. Did y'all know it's basically unachievable? You know what I'm saying? Did y'all know that? Did you know it's more achievable for y'all to become doctors and lawyers and politicians, right? And get a lot of money and actually help the community, yo? By working in the community, by working in these fields, you know that's easy to become an Egyptologist than a professional basketball player. I bet y'all didn't know that. How many of y'all gonna really run a 4.2 or 4.3? How many of y'all can run a 4? I'm gonna say a 4.5 because I ran a 4.4. How many of y'all can run?
I ran a 4.45.
All right, but want to run into somebody at full speed all the time?
No, I'm a baseball player.
See, most of us can't do it. But most of us listen to this program right now got kids that can actually become doctors, that can actually become lawyers, yo, that can actually be productive and get a lot of money and give back to the community. A lot of us can, but most of us can't become athletes, yo. We talked about that in our survey, yo. Most of us, yo, can't do it. And even if you're big enough and strong enough, then what's the chances of you really making it, yo? Y'all should put in your ChatGPT, yo. Look at the percentages, yo. Say become a doctor, right? A surgeon, a neurosurgeon, or become an NFL player.
Can I close out?
Yeah, I want you to close out because I'm closing. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I needed to get that off my chest because what we do sometimes, they don't respect it, Reggie. They respect the flim flam, bro. They don't respect when you give people the cold, hard truth. You're an atheist. I'm an atheist, so I won't get tricked by y'all. Y'all didn't know that? They tricked us with the wild spirituality. We got tricked. So I'm an atheist, so you can't trick me. Because I love African culture. I love all the culture. I ain't choosing no gods. I like to read about the gods. Y'all didn't know that? I like reading about the gods.
Likewise.
See, but go ahead, Reg.
Okay, so my closing statement to everyone is that in a prepared debate, the way this platform is basically you submit your theses in 3 rounds, right? And then there are some rebuttal rounds where you just rebuttal, and then there's a round where you talk to each other, which is really relatively useful because useless because the person doesn't have to answer the question. I want to say thank you, and I want to say thanks, Ankh. And Ankh, put your Cash App in. You did a long show for promotion, and hopefully you saved some people some money because Sarnetta is about his business. He's gonna raise some tickets.
They're gonna raise them tickets.
And
He's
he
a
ain't gonna,
bullet. This is
he
gonna be
with a
good.
couple of clicks, and he does it. I have to come in and I have to look at this word literal, and I've already said that he did the flim flam on it.
I told you that. You didn't know that?
Yeah, he did the flim flam on the word literal, but
That's exactly what he did.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the word. We're gonna look at the word literal, but we're gonna look at his whole sentence, which is incoherent. The natures are real, but they're not actual, right? And then we're gonna deal with the forces and energy part. But I'm gonna spend a lot of time on what is literal. So
Don't spend too
Jabari,
much time on it, yo.
Professor Bar, because I have to, because that's the debate. Professor Jabari, uh, he's blurring the lines. He's using his academic BS, right, and with his spiritual BS, and somewhere between those two markers, or is the truth and the falsity of what he is saying.
Truth and falsehood strangely mixed. That's
Right.
what they say, ain't it?
It's strangely mixed. And so he's gonna get up there and he don't read no meta nature, but he lied to the people saying, "Oh, you'll be surprised how much meta nature I learned." He thought he could take a class on the meta nature, which he did not finish, right? Which he did not finish. and he's no better off than where he was. And he took other classes before, and it's the same thing. His student helped me a lot because the student showed me, unfortunately, where this whole thing that he's teaching has no legs. It's just talk. When it comes to demonstration, Harwin, King J, my other brother Jay, right, and Omar realizes it, and other people might realize it. Uh, what Jay's realizes, and Ankh realizes it, that he don't give two damns about the language. He cares about what Jabari's saying, and that's the fact. He cared about what Jabari's saying. But when I played Infadishi, he took a plane ticket to come and talk to them, but he didn't go to the museum, right? He didn't call Brother Reggie up and walk in the museum. Infadishi is an interesting, good brother. He will take you where you are, right? So he may answer based on what you give him, but if you give him something more, how can I say, more in the writing, he will evaluate it. So we hopefully Infadishi shows up, but I did show that Infadishi said that my meta nature is good, and that's all I needed from Infadishi. That my meta nature is good. He won't say that about Jabari. He can't say that about Jabari, right? And nobody else. So I want to thank everybody for listening. Yes, you think that I'm not a good debater, but I did debate the Moors. Do you know how hard that was to debate the Moorish Science Temple of America? Y'all have to watch that. I did debate that. So I don't know where people say I'm not a good debater on this particular platform. I know the rules, right? In the first round, I'm gonna intellectually punch him in the jaw.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm gonna tell it to the people.
Oh, we got a pseudo.
I'm gonna put him to sleep, and everything else that he says after that, after the first round, is gonna be capped, right? Because please don't bring up his elder. Don't bring up your elder for appeal authority. He's first generation of that culture, and Jabari don't even teach what he teach. Jabari teach something else, and then the
Well,
last.
that's a long wrap up, Reggie. Goddamn.
Okay, good. You're right,
Jesus Christ.
I want to say everybody goodbye. Thank you so much.
All right, man. You got something to finish off with there, Jace?
Well, I wish I could make the debate, man. I know I'm working that day, and
you can buy the
far
thing
from New York. But I'll if there's a chance I can get it, I'll make sure to get it. Like,
yeah, you can buy that, man. Buy that, man.
Okay, will do. But I did want to mention that the Nile River, like there are two rivers that actually supply 99, almost 100% of the Nile silk, and that's the Blue River and what they call the Black River, which is the Atbara River, and they all bring that silk from the hills of Ethiopia, and it comes down into the Nile River. So I wonder how the Egyptians would have viewed Ethiopia had they known where that came from. That's it.
How they would have viewed? They ain't know where it coming from, yo. You know, now I know what our conversation was, yo. Let me say this to you there, bro. You know, we was talking about science, right?
Yes.
And we act like the Egyptians knew where the hell they was, yo. They just knew they was on the river, yo. They didn't know that. They didn't know. They didn't know longitude and latitude, yo. They didn't know what the earth was. They didn't, yo. Even at about 300, maybe 300 so BCE, yo. Even when they measured the circumference of the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did it from Egypt, right? Anastophanes did it. They still was saying ain't nobody on the other side, because if it was, they'd be walking upside down with.
Right.
What does that tell you? Just because they measured the shape of the earth based off a shadow and a well, right? Just because they was able to do that, don't mean that they knew the earth was moving.
Right.
Right now, you can't go outside or sit in your house and know that the world, that the earth is moving 1,000 miles an hour. You don't know that. Can't feel it. You know why you can't feel it? Because you evolved not to feel it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they didn't know where they was. Humans did not know where the hell they was. And I told you earlier, yesterday, I said, yo, they, for 350,000 years, they was in Africa. And people say, well, you saying they was stupid? No, that's the wrong way to take it. That doesn't mean you stupid because you couldn't find your way out of Africa. The reason you couldn't find your way out of Africa because you didn't know it was a way out of Africa and you didn't know it was Africa. See, we never think about that. We didn't know that they didn't know they was on a continent, right? They didn't know that. They didn't know. That's okay. All right. But what they did know is we build off those foundations. That's what I wanted to tell you, Jace, that whatever they did know, which was the level for that time, right? We take that and build the foundation. We're privy to the Egyptians. We're privy to West African civilizations. We're privy to reading the conversation around Onesimus, right? Who brought revelation to the Americas that would be the foundation of Edwin Jenner's work on vaccines. That's West African, bringing stimulating your immune system to the Americas. They didn't know about stimulating your immune system. And I'm not sitting here saying that Onesimus knew about stimulating the immune system. What they did know is that we're in trouble. We're being attacked by something that is invisible and it's making us sick. Let's take a sick person and take the pus from a sick person and let's give it to a healthy person. Do you know that's the top? That's high level. It's counterintuitive. Why would you give a person something that's killing everybody else? You give it to them in a little bit, give a little piece of it, a little tiny, so they don't get the full effect. And then what would that do? Damn, it gave them immunity. See? That would be the foundation of vaccines in America.
And wait, who is that? Say that name again.
Onesimus. It's a West African slave. He was enslaved from West Africa. Onesimus.
Yo, I should know that.
Hey, Uncle, you remember how they used to pour beer on the wounds?
That's another thing. That antibiotic beer. Is always because you couldn't drink the water. That's another thing. People think you could just drink the water. It was hard to find water that wasn't messing you up, messing your stomach up, giving you diarrhea. All that's in the game, man. But we live here now and we talk crazy. We think they was running around having a party in ancient times. They wasn't. That's why the Egyptians in the news, they boiled their water. They made beer. Right? That would get a lot of pathogens out the water. Go ahead, Catalini.
I'm saying, shit, you would die from hemorrhoids and diarrhea back then.
See, you stupid. Yo, got stuff crazy. Look that up, though, Jason. Look up Onesimus, yo. Look at the 1703, 1704. Yeah, look up Onesimus in Boston, yo. They made him like one of the greatest top 100 Bostonians, yo. He was enslaved to Cotton Mather. Y'all can
I've seen this brother before.
I'm not sure if the picture's right, but I'm saying what he did was high level. But that's West African medical. If I say the word science, y'all gonna die anyway, so I ain't gonna say it. That's West African treatment. That's West African medicine.
Yeah, I believe that because if you think about the Timbuktu, a lot of those manuscripts, it was a lot of medicinal.
I like to call it holistic health and healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
They definitely present in Timbuktu. I think they have a book where they translated, and they're still working on translating a lot of those texts over there that actually bear. So it shows that yes, we in West Africa we definitely was advanced in medicine.
Well, that's the we don't call that. That's not medicine yet. It's traditional herbology.
Herbology, okay.
It's not medicine yet, but it's the foundation of medicine.
The foundation, correct.
You see, where we live at is so hard. You know that, right? It's hard on Earth. That's why a lot of us fumble, bumble, and fail, because it's hard. It's one of the hardest things to do is look at a person and tell what's wrong with them, yo. Right, and that's they still ain't got that down to a science yet. You can go to the doctors, yo, and take going to different doctors to figure out what's wrong with you and what's going on with you. So even that's not perfect. None of it's perfect. You on Earth. You spinning around the sun. You in space. People don't know we're in space right now. You in space, right? And that's why I try to give y'all subjects that y'all can sink your teeth into and pass on to your children. And I would like to say this though: imagine if we was raised up in a household that was scientifically literate. Do you realize, yo, that our fault as African Americans is that when we went to school, although our parents say you got to go to school, get an education, they didn't specify. They didn't say, when you go to the science class, it's going to be talking about your biology. You are a living organism. It's going to show you how living organisms evolved in Earth's atmosphere. It's going to show how humans evolved. Pay attention, son. What they did was they say go to church to know where humans came from. We falsely applied it. We should have said go to church, right, to pray, right? When you go to school and you're in science class and in history class, right, these things mean something right here and it means something right. We didn't get that. So we went to science class and played it off. We went to history class, social studies class and played it off. And we passed, right, whatever grade we got, we didn't look into it deep, right? That's what we did. We went to church and got all religious. That's what we did. It's mixed up. Where other communities, it's a reason for you learning science. It's a reason for you going to church. They mischaracterized the reasons. We thought church was the most important thing to do when it wasn't. It was the education and understanding the subjects was the most important thing. You can always break out in a prayer. You can always go to Central Park or Harlem somewhere and get an incense burner and walk around a Tekken or a Ben. That's an obvious for y'all who don't know the technical words. You can always do that. But what you always can't do, right, is understand archaeology and biology and forensics, right? That's hard. That's not something you just gonna do. That's why a lot of times I talk over your head because it's super hard and y'all crack jokes and you throw tomatoes at me like I don't know what I'm talking about. That's the game. Joke that nigga. We don't know what he's saying. Joke him.
I'm glad you said that because think about it. If you're using the Torah as a foundation to build a society, how can you determine if somebody died of their own, or maybe an illness, or if somebody was murdered, if you don't understand science? How can you judge? How can you go through that process of being just if you don't know how to apply that? If you can't apply science to something as basic as a homicide, you can't pass judgment on that. So it's almost like, how do you determine those things if you're not scientifically literate?
We barely religious. We barely religious literate, yo. We barely even read the Bible, yo. When you read the Bible, you read yourself out of it. I tell everybody, read the Bible, yo, with a map, yo. Once you read with a map, you realize it ain't even talking about the world, yo. At no point is it ever talking about the world. They didn't discover the whole world, right? Until Christopher Columbus bumped into Barbados. At that point, the maps changed, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, man, I appreciate the conversation, man. It's been rocking for a minute, man. Like, subscribe. Subscribe is going up. We got 190,000 subscribers on Sarnetta Studios, man. We got about 4,350 on the community Skeptics, man. Y'all make sure y'all do that, man. What? He said, that's why we all bad. Let me read this super chat. He said, this why y'all are bad fathers, Old Testament. Rob Rack, that's funny. Big up for the $2, man. Anyway, man, let me see what I'm gonna get up out of here with, man. It's been a long, yo. We've been here for 8 hours, man. Look, get the tickets, man. All right. When the show stops, they're gonna be 50 blickies. I suggest y'all get it before they 50 blickies. 2279 3rd Ave, man, Harlem, man. We need to figure out a way to make sure that if y'all buy the in-person tickets, that there's enough seats, yo. That way we don't get no blowback on that. So we need to figure that out. All right. Get the live stream for $40, man. Yeah, Babylon done. Get some help, brother. Get some help, man. They got a hotline, 1-800-NUTS. Call that, and they'll get you some mental treatment. You need to calm yourself down. You should go back and read some of your comments, yo. You should do that, man. Crazy, man. Anyway, appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate the show. Appreciate everything, man. Let me see. Tell y'all what. Let's go out like this today, man. It's been a long one, man. I think we want to kind of go out like this. Let's see. Let me see.
Hilltop hustler, Bobby banging his bitch. Hilltop hustler, Bobby banging his bitch. Bobby banging his bitch, yeah. We click different. Rags too rich is not a whole spot move a fish, yeah. I can tricks, yeah, we win it. Never slip it. Knowledge hard and it's tight, just like a fitted. Hilltop hustler, Bobby bang to talk the slickest. Came from Mount of Luck, it's not my whole style, the slickest. Highness forces got these critics steady quitting. Being more drill ounces in the base, keep on hitting. Bobby banging his bitch. Bobby banging his bitch. Hilltop hustler, yeah, you know I'm in this bitch. Those niggas couldn't read when they couldn't understand. Would have as did alongside him purely. Misreading paragraphs and sentence structures. Them niggas can't read, they bluffing. Talking super wild, ain't nothing. You playing, I'm guffing. Acting aggressive, bluffing. While you playing, I was hustling. I've been retired cattle rustler. Mills off the muscle. Them niggas can't read, they bluffing. Talking super wild, ain't nothing. You playing, I'm guffing. Acting aggressive, bluffing. While you playing, I was hustling. I've been retired cattle rustler. Mills off the muscle. Them niggas can't read, they bluffing. Reading comprehension causes tension. I'm top notch, you benching. Them niggas can't read, kill conversation. I'm sitting back embracing constant winds, y'all bitches glazing. Ignorance profound at the forefront conversation. Them niggas can't read, they bluffing. Talking super wild, ain't nothing. You play them guffing. Acting aggressive, building nothing. You vote Trump, hating top debate. creator, knowledge generator, Mount Olympus. We built this, them niggas can't read, gifted. Now I'm pissed, you did this. Shoot and you miss, can't hit this. Your 5th grade reading did this. Book reading, kill this. Now read this, what's up with the fakest?
Them niggas can't read, they bluffing. Talking super hot, ain't nothing. You playing, I'm guffing. Acting aggressive, bluffing.
Them niggas can't read. But what's the reason they chose greed over reason over intelligence? I've been relevant, believe me. YNs can't read, feel penitentiary, but I stay free, stay slick on the John Wick shit, and I'm loud on the mic with that stem grip. Pseudo killing till the day I die. Them know why. Most get high, but I stay fly. Never less than the guy. Rather stay sober than high. Keep the rocket from pockets. Check the document, been rocking it. Filled all requirements, wild environments. Still pull blicks, shooting that science shit. Them nigga can't read, die and breathe. They smoke, spray weed. They smoking trees, bend knees. It be what it be.
Them niggas can't read, it be what it be.
They die to go to hell.
Now free, it be what it be, never mattered to me. Always could read, yeah niggas can't read, yet they breed. Kids that can't read, fill the prisons, just up, cut, running around, doing stick-ups. I'm too quick, pull blicks, them hits, staying on that science shit. Them niggas can't read.
Live in America, land in the free.
I keep it on me.
I pull blicks, slick, protection shit.
Stay on that science shit.
Them niggas get what they get.
Them niggas can't read. It be what it be. Stay on that science shit. Them niggas can't read.
Them niggas get what they get.
It be what it be. Stay on that science shit. Them niggas can't read. It be what it be. Stay on that science Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summon the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. I'm God killer and I'm the one gunning. Boom, boom. Top flight #1, yeah. Now look, I'm standing at the junction. Where knowledge and reality function. Facts. Now see that flame done came. And now y'all bitches running. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summon the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. Boom, boom. I'm God killer and I'm the one gunning. Top flight #1, yeah. Now see that flame done came. Boom. All y'all life you been sitting on the benches, yeah. 2 dimensions, cat. Bitch, I avoid the trenches. I'm a home run over the fences. You say you study, that's cat. I stay with the heat, and that's a fact. Volcanoes and earthquakes, we make it shake. While these niggas, you're shameless. Keep talking, bet I make you famous.
Hey man, it's a wild world when you give correction. It's a wild world when you can't correct people that came before you. It's a wild world when you can't correct your comrades. Y'all be careful for that world. Look out for that world. Because in that world, things go all wrong. It's never hate when you correct what's wrong. It's never hate when we correct each other. Practice love, not hate, man. Love is in the correction, man. Hate is in the lie. I'm your host, Bobby Banger. And with that, man, y'all know what it is, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, to all the channels, man. Community Skeptics, man. Make sure y'all go over there and like and subscribe and hit the like button, man. Throw some comments in there. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Saw Another TV, man. And most of all, man, make sure y'all be here for that debate, yo. July 11th, man. All the literal. Dr. Reggie and Professor Jabari. It's going down, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. And with that, I'm Your host, Bobby Banger. We out.